Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's been 2 months, but we are still alive, and we've got Will back with us. So that's
Wow.
cool.
Yay!
Um, because we've got a lot of recapping to do. I'm gonna go straight to that, and because it's been so long, I'm gonna try to recap the entire arc a little bit. So, the party has traveled to the city of Shiranth in the Underdark to help Dara with her personal quest. You're joined by Dara's uncle, Delvin, and once you got to Shiranth, you also reunited with Dara's childhood friend, Briza Lararian. Um, Shiranth, the city, is ruled by the Sisterhood of Shadows, who, through a coup, managed to take over the city a number of years ago, which was the event that forced Dara to flee. And ever since, they have installed Umbra as the city's new prime deity. The Sisterhood has also extended their rule to nearby cities, including Colstron, Werelane, and Marthad. And the only real resistance that you know of, at least here in Shiranth, is an organization known as the True Shade, which is led by the last Symposiarch's husband, Karash Heron. And you managed to get in touch with them, mainly through the help of Jairus, the innkeeper of the Roper and Cloaker, where you have been staying for most of your stay here in the city. Um, the Shadow Mother, Verizara, is the ruler of the Sisterhood of Shadows and rules from a mysterious location known as the Bastion of Shadows, with Consort Wyrus acting as her proxy here in Shiranth in her absence. And he is also the only man in the city who knows the Bastion's true location, which, of course, is an integral key to the True Shade's plan of overthrowing the Shadow Mother, as they have this idea to force the otherwise shut-in Wyrus out of his chambers within Symposium Hall by killing the lieutenants here in the city. Those main three lieutenants that you have on your hit list, so to speak, are Inquisitor Veshmaren of the Inner Garrison, Priestess Elsara of the Temple of Umbra, and Mistress Gorashan, a mage inside Symposium Hall. And, of course, there are four main targets, really, but since you already butchered an attempt at killing Inquisitor Shai Galshan of the Wall, she's kind of outside of your reach, not to mention that you have later struck a deal with her as well. The general idea of the plan is to just take out all three of the lieutenants left on your hit list within a short enough time where the others are not able to kind of raise their defenses. So you need to be quick once you actually get to that stage of the plan. However, since it is necessary for you to go inside Symposium Hall, you'll also need to disable the catalyst inside, which has a finely tuned anti-magic field that prevents magic from being used only by those that aren't on a special list. And so, of course, that is one of the objectives that you're working towards, either adding your own names to that list, destroying it entirely, reversing the effects, or finding some other way to deal with that. However, that is a matter for later. Now, more specifically, what happened last session was that we started off with Dara going out and buying some cloaks for everyone in the party. After that, you had an encounter with Inquisitor Shai Galshan in the common room of the Roper and Cloaker. She made direct eye contact with all of you in the party, despite some of you being disguised and others even being invisible, which kind of implies a thing or two about her abilities. She also left a note for you, summoning you to meet her the following day with the offer of a truce. In the meantime, you went off and visited Karash Heron and True Shade, and discussed dealing with the Catalyst, as well as the upcoming meeting with the Inquisitor. Karash did note that Inquisitor Galshan is easily bribable, something that you noticed on your very first day when you first bought your way into the city. And he also noted that for your mission getting to Symposium Hall, getting in is way more difficult than getting out. So you're going to need to be creative to find a path to get inside. After that, you headed off to the Temple of Umbra, where Priestess Elsara, one of your targets, dispelled Jaxson's invisibility and addressed him by name. And upon touching hands, Jaxson experienced a vision where Felicia Shadowborn, one of the heralds of Umbra, possessed the priestess, and, well, within this vision, rather, and explained that the Shadow Mother, Verizara, was once the champion of Umbra. However, she has betrayed her goddess and now uses her secrets to cloud even divine sight, making it impossible even for Umbra herself to find where she really hides. And so, in exchange for a promise to kill Verizara for Umbra, she bestowed a boon not only on Jaxson but the entire party that allows all of you to disguise yourselves upon finishing a short or long rest. Well, you can only disguise yourselves as Drow. That is a thing worth pointing out, but it does help you all move around the city without needing to do these awkward invisibility disguise combos that you've been doing so far. And you also have the ability to communicate with other Drow as though you were yourselves natives of this place. You created kind of alter egos for yourselves, Dara having already settled on the name Shauna, whereas Jaxson decided to go with Jazrin, an upgrade from Jizz Skin. That was the first. And then Storm being Sifrim. Arisa, you'll have to come up with your own name, or not come up with one. It's up to you, really.
I missed how long have these names been invented? Like how long?
For like a day.
Okay.
Did me and Storm say that we were brothers? Or
no, you all decided to be siblings.
Yeah.
Going by the last name Barathra. Yes.
No way.
Well, Storm wanted to also make his Drow kind of look like his lizard.
Yeah.
Self. So you concluded that he's adopted.
Not fun.
Because he has kind of lizard-like features to his otherwise Drow form. So, you know, that was an artistic choice. I know that at least Dara and Jaxson kind of decided to look sort of similar and take the same name to be like pretending to be siblings. Just to simplify things was really the only reason. After having established your disguises, you headed out to scout out Inquisitor Veshmarin's keep, located within the city. You found that it was a singular, just very simple kind of box-shaped keep with only one tower, and the only windows to this place are kind of these smaller, sort of archery holes, so to speak. No big windows that you can climb through anyway. Inside you found Inquisitor Marin, along with a young girl who was also wearing similar kind of Inquisitor armor, and you concluded that the office of the Inquisitor is on the third, aka the top floor, facing the front of the keep. You then proceeded to also scout out the entrance to Symposium Hall, which led to some pretty awkward conversations where we tried to understand each other of how this layout was, with some beautiful illustrations in our group chat.
Oof.
I fear whatever that could have been.
It was, yeah, no. It didn't really lead to anything useful anyway, so... but you did conclude, which was important, that the anti-magic field reaches just beyond the actual gates themselves, which means that you can't just polymorph and sneak under the door, because you would have that polymorph dispelled before even reaching the gate itself. And finally, we get to the meeting with Inquisitor Shai Galshan. You were informed at the very beginning of the meeting that you are unable to lie to her, as she seemed to spot any little omitted detail that you tried to, snake your way around, but she seemed to kind of see through it all. But she did make an offer to get you access to Symposium Hall in exchange for 10,000 gold. And all you need to do is that when you're ready, you are to send her a messenger with a letter that mentions the name Zasha. And the next day after you've sent that message, you are to go to the steps of Kalicia's library and make sure that you have the gold with you. And that is when the plan, whatever it is, to get you into Symposium Hall will kind of be put in action. And so, where we last left off was with you leaving this meeting with Inquisitor Galshan. So it is maybe like 9 p.m. And you're free to do as you please with your time. So, what do you do?
Jesus, that was a lot of information to process.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotta be thorough after a break like this, though.
Yeah, issue with, not having been...
Hey, it's better to
Being
get a
able
lot
to
of
react to-
information than getting none.
Yeah, I could just, as a forewarning, there was a lot there that even though I
Don't worry
heard and
about
picked
it.
up, I really much confused.
It's fine.
Just one of the key things, yes, the polymorph spell, you're referring to the disguise spell, right?
No,
No,
just that they were talking about plans to like polymorph into fly and make their way
Okay,
like, through a little
okay,
gap
got it.
and to try to
Got
get
it.
inside. Disguising would also not work for the
Yeah.
same
Yeah,
reason,
it would
though.
be very horrible.
Like, the disguise spell, is that just the disguise self, essentially?
The boon that you got, yeah, it works
Okay.
essentially the same, except you can use it for free upon finishing a short or long rest.
And it lasts how long?
Indefinitely.
Indefinite.
Until dispelled, or until you can dispel it yourselves at will, but you need to
But
finish
once per
another
long rest.
short or long
One
rest.
short rest.
Short or long
You
rest.
just need to finish a rest, and then you can auto trigger that.
You can see it as like a discount version of Dara's disguise self ability.
Got it.
Right. So, should you, Dara, and Arisa just find a big shroom and head
Yeah, we
home?
should definitely get home, get some of the cash, and get back. So
we can do this in 2 days?
are you guys gonna be all right eating non-human food?
Yeah, you're back in the morning, right?
Bring
Right.
some other food, yeah?
Yeah, bring some fucking food with you. Yeah, take the bag of holding with you and bring some food.
We'll see what we can do.
No, not the bag of holding, but the freaking.
Well,
I got all
you
my
guys
shit
eat a
back.
lot of food?
Oh, come on, man. We can do that.
No.
I can
This
give you
mission
the...
will be over in like 2 days. They can bring food for 2 days. Perfect.
yeah,
Well, I have a spare bag, I think.
bring a bunch of food that won't spoil.
Oh yeah. Fair enough.
I just
That
snap my
tastes
fingers
good.
and at the same process drop up 10 berries in their hands, like
We're
collectively.
tired of berries.
We want real food!
For context, some people here have been very mad about the Underdark's offerings of food, so
Do I
you've been
have
kind of sustaining them.
question into DM? Can I see like something that not necessarily is edible at all, but in fact would pass off as Underdark food to the rest of the party?
I mean,
minus, you know, Dara.
you're like in the lowlands of the city where it's like farm area, so there are a lot of things that grow here, some of which are edible and some of which are not. And I don't.
Can
think
I
you
pick
really,
up something? Could I do like a, I guess, nature or survival check to see something that clearly ain't edible, but you know, like a poisonous mushroom, essentially.
Sure. Sure, make just choose nature or survival. Either is fine.
Yeah. That was a terrible roll. Well, I'm definitely picking in survival, but yeah, that turns it into a 15.
15. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just find some moss. That is not the edible kind.
Yeah.
Regular.
I would like to grab some of that moss and then take back the berries and crush them into each other. And say, here you go.
Mm.
It's neither Underdark nor berries.
We have already tasted moss.
You should
Yeah.
go a course of how to make food.
We should get guys.
Oh, I know
while
how
you're
to make
at-
food. You just rejected when I offered you to have some midnight supplies, but okay.
I mean, like, okay, while you're like away, can you hire like a chef or something that we can have in a
Oh,
party?
well, he won't be able to do anything from.
But if we buy some ingredients for him, then he can probably do. He could
I
probably.
can probably find a drow down here to cook you something.
No, we want someone that has seen the sunlight for the majority of their life.
So not anyone like you.
That doesn't make sense.
No, it does not.
Let's just say I shouldn't go there. No, I shouldn't go there.
You should go inside the mushroom instead. Bye bye.
Bye.
Don't hit under the belt. Anyway, let's leave this place, Arisa, and come back with food and splat.
Storm, you know, we should have just like gone with them and then just ran away while we could.
Why didn't we go with them?
I don't know. I don't know. Hey,
The genuine
You just
question.
see them walking through the portal as you're having this revelation.
Oh.
I want to swan dive through the mushroom.
Make a dexterity check.
Yeah, Jaxson is doing the same.
Jaxson, don't be locked up. Just a general dexterity. How the fuck do I count that shit? Okay.
Plus dex.
That's 15.
15.
Do I get to do a strength one?
No.
9.
Oh, shit.
Okay, Storm, you just barely make it through, but in the process you kind of block Jaxson. So Jaxson, you just throw yourself forward, and the portal closes in your face. So you just face plant right into this big mushroom.
Oh, man.
So now
eat food.
Now you have a bruised face, and you're still stuck eating Underdark food.
Yeah, Jaxson will just heal himself.
Bruised by the food.
So Dara and Arisa, you're walking out of the portal. You know, it's this calm, snowy evening, and then like 4 seconds later, you just hear this as Storm throws himself through the portal and just lands in the snow behind you.
Well,
Oh,
welcome.
welcome.
Thank
to-
you.
I reach out.
Homebrew.
I reach out a hand and to help him up.
Well, Storm, this is Arisa's home village.
Wow, amazing. The second you guys could have been alone for 1 second, I followed along. I'm sorry for cock blocking you. So let's find
Okay.
a chef, shall we?
Storm, do you need a lesson in anatomy? Neither of us has penises.
You don't have a cock? No.
No. Well,
Well, that's just the saying, you know, the old pirate saying. Yes.
well, it's a new one to me, but I guess with pirate sayings, most of them are.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, Storm,
so-
I suppose you can go around and get a lot of food that you and Jaxson wants.
Yeah. Jaxson tried to jump through as well, but he was too slow.
Will you face plant into the mushroom?
Yeah, probably.
Oh. Yeah, I would
That
not
would be
say
my
do
guess.
That would be
Well then, okay. So, what am I looking at? Is there the village around here?
I mean, yeah, you would be emerging through this like bigger tree, kind of in the middle of this village. That
Okay,
would
nice.
probably be
Where
Arisa's,
everyone speaks
like,
Southern
main-
Common?
Arisa is not from the south.
Oh, nice, great.
Like that was an entire problem, you know, in the library and with
You know, she
Snakes and
doesn't even
everything.
speak Southern Common herself.
no.
Great.
There's a reason why there are only 2 people in the party that have been doing all the translating while they've been in this area.
Like the only language that Dara knows that Arisa did not know since prior is Undercommon, and
Oh.
Arisa has taken a lot of time trying to learn that language.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, well
Ah.
then, perfect. Northern Common. Go get that platinum. I'll be looking for a chef and some food. Wait. Yeah. Do they have regular food around here, Arisa? They seem like some kind of hipsters here. They eat meat, right?
Yes, we eat meat. Just be careful where you hunt in the forest. If you have questions of where to hunt, just ask the nearest person you see. The druids around here are especially helpful when it comes to that.
Great. Nice. I look around for some food place. Nice.
Okay. So just for context, this is like a countryside village.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not speaking of some like metropolis where you have 15 different taverns to choose from. This is like
Around 15 houses at most, and they are sparse. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
sparsely
You
placed.
might like
There are
find
like
one place.
There are like 4 houses in the central area, like around the
Yeah.
tree, and then there are like a few more that you can see. Like if you follow some of the paths that have been almost dug out of the snow, you can kind of trace like, oh, so that's where people live. It's not a super populated place.
No, like the druid circle outnumbers the village,
Yeah,
and that's
That's
not
a bit
like
further
that's not
away,
many. Yeah, exactly. It's not, but it's not many people in that druid circle. But
yeah.
it tells you a bit about how many. Like I'm saying, 15 houses, not 15 families. It's less than 15 families. Like among those houses would be storage sheds and stuff. The main village primarily consists of a herbalist, a smith, and then a what's it called? A
Easier
forester,
to
I
find
guess.
me someone who can cook food. The fewer the houses.
I mean,
Are you
everyone-
asking me, or have you gone on?
No, that's just a fact.
Okay.
So, Storm, you just go off, kind of like looking at the different houses. Then is that it?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I
Yeah,
promise you that Storm is gonna
They're
go
gonna
to
be
Permos
scared
and eat
shitless
anything
when
that
they
is
see a
surrounding
fucking
him.
lizard come walking around.
You see as you're walking down a path, you see this elderly man, probably in his like late 80s. Like this guy's old, and he just kind of like comes walking slowly toward you, like covered in 15 layers of cloth and like fur and everything, like really built in into this like mass of clothes to withstand the cold. And he kind of like looks up at you. Oh, goodbye, Leon. There we have. He kind of like squints at you through. You see like his eyes are almost. They have this kind of almost whitish layer, as if there's some early signs of cataract.
Good day.
And he squints. Oh, well, do I know you?
I've lived here for 15 years.
No, I don't think so.
No, you don't know me. I just came through a portal with my co-workers, magic, druids. They're weird people.
Oh, you're with the druids.
Yes, I'm not a druid.
No, are you one of the woodland creatures?
What is a woodland creature, may I ask?
Well, satyrs and pixies and the things that the druids speak with. The
Oh.
Fey realm, those kinds of beings. Are you one of them? You look a bit animalistic.
No, I am a lizardfolk. Wow, from the south, beneath, Jaxsonian Empire.
Heard of it in my youth.
You lived here your entire life?
Of course I have.
Ah!
What do you think?
Oh, it's like 3 houses. Is that all you
Well,
guys
it's
see?
little over 15.
You don't build anything more than these 15?
Well, one of my great-grandchildren is currently working on a house of her own.
Great.
But we don't expand very often. No.
When was the last time someone moved here?
The fine move.
Like someone wanted to live here outside the...
Well,
see.
my grandson got married about 15 years ago. She
Okay.
was from a neighboring village, his wife.
Ah!
So,
How far is there to a neighboring village?
the closest one maybe a mile and a half.
Not too far. Okay, so
There are only 8 houses in that one, though.
what is your name, old man?
My name is Samuel. They
Samuel.
call me Old Samuel, though.
Old Samuel. Damn.
Aside from the druids, I'm the oldest person in this village.
Can't you become like older than you are when you have druids here?
Can't you become older?
Well,
Sorry, but-
I'm older now than I was when we started this conversation, so...
Wise man. Okay, so I'm looking for a person who can cook food. You got one of those?
Well, we all have to cook food.
Well, like Michelin 5-star chef.
I don't understand city talk.
Like, can cook very good. We need a personal chef.
Well, there's Margaret. She makes a great meat stew.
Okay, you got someone else who got like something else they're good at? Meat stew doesn't seem good in the long run.
What's the issue with meat stew?
City talk. And it was...
city folk are strange,
Yeah,
I'm afraid
exactly,
to
yes.
say. I hope you take no offense, but no, I don't know really. Food's fine.
Do you want to be our personal chef? Samuel,
Oh.
you seems like you need some adventure in your life. 81 and you still live here, you know?
Well, I have been diagnosed with arthritis. I don't quite know what it means, but Melissa says it makes it. That's why I have difficulties picking things up. So
Oh.
I'm not sure if well, maybe I am the exception to the rule that everyone can cook. I used to, though. Yes. I used to make bacon in my youth.
That's some good stuff.
It's
Did you
great
hunt
to
yourself?
Well, in my youth, I was quite the capable man, I will say.
Wow, Samuel.
Yes.
What a peaceful life. I know one who would love this life.
Oh, is that so? Who might that be?
He's just explaining who he is. Well, I'll send you him here, and he'll probably live a fantastic life.
So,
The rest
so
of
it's
his
not
days.
someone from this place.
No,
I
no,
mistake
no.
myself. Sorry. I
Let's go along, and you show me to the one who makes a great meat stew. Yeah.
Margaret. Well.
Yeah, exactly. Let's take a little walk there. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't going that way. I'm sure you can find her, though. If you need something, you were with the Druids. Melissa, she's the herbalist. You may want to speak with her. Then is great woman that one. She's the one that diagnosed me with arthritis.
Great.
I got herbs for it. Makes it a bit easier to pick up things every once in a while. But I'm not supposed to take it too often, or else can have side effects. Apparently.
What side effects?
I forgot that years ago.
Okay.
She supplies me still, though, when I ask.
Great. Good stuff. What a nice little village. Okay, so I see you around, Samuel. Great talking to you.
Yes. Your name? What was it?
Captain Storm.
Oh, you want to... Didn't know that captains work with druids.
Well, new times, 109. I don't know the year.
108.
Is it?
Wait.
1007, but we're in the last 2 weeks of the year.
Oh,
so...
I thought it was a new year. All right. Fine.
107, New times. It wasn't like back in the days.
1007.
I may be old, but not even I lived in year 107.
1007.
I say 07 instead.
07, not like in the good old days, 99.
You an Arcanum loyalist?
No.
All right.
Are you?
I couldn't care less.
Oh, right.
You think
Does
it
it-
makes a difference out here? I'll tell you the answer. It sure doesn't. Barely was
Yeah.
aware of their existence. Took me 2 years to find out that it had fallen.
Oh my god.
Good night,
ain't got-
sir.
Good night.
And he hobbles off through the snow. Dara and Arisa are nowhere to be seen at this point, I would imagine. Are you headed for Arisa's home? Or
Yes, because that's where all the platinum is.
Alright.
We might have dig it in some place, but we can guess.
Right. Well, the whole digging part, there's a lot of snow outside. Middle of winter and all.
Mold Earth.
Hello.
Of course. I know you have tricks, but just digging in the
You don't even have
typical
to ask when you have a druid.
I know.
This is what they're built for.
Are you going...
Oh, you were thinking about the druid? No, I think I was just thinking about the fact that I'm gullible.
Yeah, that's
Are you gonna unearth that like straight away, or are you gonna take the evening off and do that in the morning, or what's the plan here?
I would say we probably take the evening off first.
Yeah.
Like, no
Yeah.
need to dig up the ground like before we need to use it.
Yeah. So let's just go to Arisa's family and just say hi, and Dara also wants to meet her part of the family. There's those that are still around here,
Yep.
except for her uncle.
Yeah, of course.
Or Delvin, we should have.
Question outside of the game: how often or how many times have Dara now been here?
We went here quite recently to fetch Dara's uncle for the
because
Underdark.
he was staying here. But aside from that, like, it's the
that was
only really once aside from that.
I
But
don't
it
think
was
you
like
have since you have been.
it was like an extended stay because it was during the time skip. You spent quite a while here in the village. Oh. So, but I think, Dara spent maybe a month or however long that you were here during the time skip.
Okay.
But then, as Leon
Then
said,
I remember
you were
correctly,
here once recently, just to collect Delvin, because he wanted to come along to the Underdark. But aside from that, I don't think that Dara's been here any other time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you head off to your home. And you find your parents inside, Arisa, Desmond and Melissa.
I remember.
Just for everyone's context, they kind of get up as they see you, and your mother rushes up to you and hugs you and says, I didn't think that we would see you so soon again. You said you were going to be gone for a while.
Yeah, it's a long journey, but we managed to get some time off to be able to come back real quick. So we'll only be staying for the night.
Yeah, we needed to fetch a little bit of money because we were in a bit of a money issue.
Right. I assume you're talking about the things you left here when you the summer.
Indeed.
Yes.
We're gonna have to collect that, but we can. And then we decided to take a little bit here as well.
Right. Well, you're always welcome, both of you, of course. Arisa, just a word with you.
Of course.
Dara, you are welcome to stay, of course.
Oh, thank you. Are the rest of my family around here that I can visit them?
Yes, of course. They went out for a bit, but they should be back soon.
All right.
No, Arisa, you know the war is going on here in the Dawn world.
How could I not? It's ever on my mind.
We've been lucky over here, of course. War hasn't reached our remote village, and I don't think it will. However, there were some of our soldiers came through here. They asked for blacksmiths.
No, you can't.
I don't want to. But they weren't asking.
Where are they sending you?
I don't know. Maybe to the capital. Maybe to stay closer to the action. I'm not certain. I'm glad that you came here, so that I was able to tell you myself, in case they do come back and collect me, so to speak.
Have you heard anything from Ares? Maybe he can take your place.
No, I've still nothing from him. He's been absent for about as long as, well, since you left, not long after. Unlike you, he hasn't come back to visit either, so... No, I don't know. It's you know me. I would preferably stay here.
Yeah.
Just you know how they can be, those military lads.
I'm stumped for words. I don't know how long since you made a sword, let alone armor.
I'm more suited for horseshoes these days. Though I guess army needs those as well. It's yeah. I just wanted you to know.
I appreciate that.
Maybe nothing will come of it. They only passed through 2 days ago or so and left almost as soon as they had arrived. Just essentially asked for a blacksmith and then informed me that, I have a patriotic duty to the crown and all that nonsense.
The crown is not made much in these countries.
Well, you know
always
how
been the
world
agreement.
works.
It's always been the agreement. We stick to ourselves and
I know.
Do our.
Times are changing, though. This war, they say it's nothing like anything we've seen before.
Trust me, it's nothing that you have seen before.
Well,
Stay safe out there and make sure to stay in contact with Ma.
Of course, I will do everything I can to stay here or to at least go somewhere safe. If the capital is an option, then I would
You take
obviously
it.
prefer that.
Do you know who your commanding officer will be?
No.
If not, then please make sure to tell me as soon as you find out.
Of course, I will send letters if I'm sent away, and I just don't know anything yet. It was 4 lads who came riding through here, just asked for a blacksmith. I figured they just needed
You don't have to
something
explain
fixed.
yourself to me, Father.
No, I know.
I take and hug him.
He
A warm,
hugs you
truly
back.
warm embrace.
You know, you do good things out there. I always, I know that you are a good one. You know, you do good things here.
I was raised right.
I hope so. Of course, it's you always feel that you could have done more as a parent, but yeah, I don't worry much for you anymore. I think you found your place.
Oh, thank you. Means the world to me.
Yes. But let's not dwell on this anymore. Let's actually have some fun while you're here. So
Of course.
yeah, we'll get things going. Any kind of like, your mother also comes back into this conversation, and you kind of change the topic.
Subject.
Yeah. Yeah. Dara, you just wait around there for a while, and then eventually your aunt and what are all these like relationships? It's because it's your uncle's wife, so that's your
uncle's
aunt,
wife
of course.
and her kid.
Yeah, and then her brother. I don't know if that makes him your uncle as well.
It's
sort of. Not by blood, of course, but kind of an extra uncle.
Yeah. You know, Dara needs all the family she can get.
Yeah. You see Alvi, the child, kind of like sees you, comes rushing up, and then goes like, "Oh, Dara, you're back."
Hi, Ollie. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Is Dad okay?
Yeah, he's fine. Me and Arisa and another friend of ours are just up here very briefly to get some more money, and then we continue on our quest down there.
Did you kill the bad guys yet?
We're currently on the way of doing that. We just needed a little bit,
Okay.
but we have a plan. Now it's
Alright.
just to do it.
Then I feel better. Then I'm happy.
Yeah. And your dad is doing great. Do you know that your dad killed a very strong monster recently?
He did?
Yeah. It was called a Balhana. It's
Whoa.
very strange, and it has the power of illusion. It has a
Whoa.
strong, and it jumps out. It almost ate up one of our friends. Do you remember Jaxson?
You
Not
mentioned
true.
him.
Yeah, he was almost eaten up by that thing. But your dad, he single-handedly was able to slay that thing.
Was Was he the one that lost his nose?
Yeah, that's the one.
Did he lose something else this time?
Not except for his dignity, I don't think anything else.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he did your dad was great in that fight.
Okay.
Of course, the rest of us also helped, but he got in the killing blow.
I look forward to hearing him tell me about it.
Yeah. So where's Mom and your?
Well, they're also here. They kind of entered right after. So you can kind of have a bit of a moment with them as well. Everyone's kind of gathered around. Storm.
Hi, it's good to see you.
Storm, you're kind of drifting around out in the streets, and you see like you hear from one of these houses. You can kind of hear a lot of laughing and talking and all that. So you're like, oh, sounds like there's food there. So you just go knocking. Dara and Arisa, you hear a knock suddenly on your door.
I go to open it.
Yeah, okay, so you get up and open. And there's Storm just standing there, like layer of snow
Storm!
on him at this point.
Welcome, come in. It's freezing outside.
Oh.
Did you find any food?
No, this sounded like a tavern, huh?
Well, in this village, it essentially is as close as you're gonna get. Come in. Warm yourself up by the fire.
You got food?
And we'll get... Yeah, we got food.
Perfect. That isn't berries?
Well, yeah, we also have berries, but not only berries.
Great, perfect.
We don't have any fish though.
So it'll
it's
do.
Quite far away to get any fresh fish.
Yeah.
Well,
Storm, you haven't met my family. Guys, this is Storm. He was the one who used as bait to save all of you.
You see,
right.
Thorald, while he doesn't really say much, do you speak Far Northern Common, Dara? No, you don't.
I do not. Had a limit on 3 languages.
Yeah, no, he just kind of like says something, and I do translates it and says, well, my brother says that he has seen you before. You fought with each other in Riverport.
Exactly. When I was bait as well.
Right. Well, I don't know the full story.
That was a while ago. No, it wasn't, right?
It was
almost a year ago. It was right at the beginning of the campaign.
Yeah, well... Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, in game
it's a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
in game, it's a year. In real life, it's 3.5 or something.
3. Jeez!
Now you see also these these two humans, a man and a woman, both roughly in their 40s. The man is has like shoulder length, dark brown hair, was pushed back with this leather headband, gray eyes, big kind of bushy beard. And there's some like gray patches coming in the beard. Very like powerfully built, sturdy man, like rolled up sleeves, some kind of minor scarring on the hands and arms. And he just looks at you, very like warm face though, smiles and approaches you. And he goes, so you're Storm. I don't think we've had the pleasure of meeting yet. Hi, I'm Desmond, Arisa's father. And
Storm at your service. One of the co-workers.
Yeah, and he gestures, and there you see the human woman, again also in her 40s, has this long, light brown hair, braided kind of over one shoulder. Very like big, round blue eyes. Has this like almost robe with a bunch of these little pouches and some kind of like herbs that are tied to little strings on there, like a utility belt but for herbalism. And she also steps up and goes, "Hello, I'm Melissa, Arisa's mother."
But you said human.
Yeah, they're both humans.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, yeah, right. I was thinking freaking Dara. Holy shit.
These like two ordinary Andronian humans, and you're like, this is Dara's family?
Yeah, what?
I thought they were dead.
I was thinking that you were thinking something similar, but more like along the lines of, wait, I would find humans here?
Yeah.
You know, in a primarily human-populated nation? What?
I introduce myself. Pleasure to meet you, lads. In this little lovely village. I met Samuel.
Oh,
He was-
Samuel.
He was speaking about how he can't pick up stuff and that there was someone who made a great beef stew.
Well, his arthritis. He gets herbs from me every once in a while.
Oh, you make the beef stew?
Didn't Samuel move to the village over?
No. Well, you're thinking of young Samuel.
Oh, you're talking about Samuel Senior.
Yeah, I imagine he's the one that can't pick things up. No, young Samuel moved years ago.
Well,
The old
it was
man's
a long
still
time
here,
ago
though.
I talked to either of them, honestly.
That's
Even
understandable.
when I was staying here for a long while, like, Samuel really never came out.
No, he I mean, he sits by the tree every once in a while, just passing time, talking
I
to
understand.
whoever kind of passes by and on all that. He's getting old. He can be a bit confused from time to time. But all in all, for someone who's almost 90 years old, he's doing quite fine. I've seen way
That's
worse.
good to hear.
He didn't want to join us being our chef because he had arthritis.
Yeah, it makes it rather painful to use his hands much.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think that was the reason. He's never been able to cook.
He said he could cook bacon when he was young and that he was a great
but
hunter.
that's because when he was young, bacon was known as the only thing he could cook. Like,
Yeah.
he married his wife, and his wife used to love to joke about the fact that he was going to be the chef of the house just because she didn't like bacon. She loved meat, just not bacon. And it was the only thing he could cook.
I think it started with him not really cooking it properly, just burnt it to almost crisps and just called it bacon. So
Well,
you know.
perfect that we didn't
It was
bring him.
still better than his soup.
Of
That's all.
course. Oh yeah, we had some of that when I was a child. It's a reason why we didn't go over to his house to eat when he cooked after that.
Anyway, I was interrupting. I'm sorry.
Interrupting who? What were we talking about? Arthritis? Well, if you'd like me to talk more about the herbs I provide him for his arthritis, then I could go on all night, but I can see it in your eyes that you're not really interested in that.
Called it.
But if you're here to enjoy some dinner, of course, just find a seat somewhere and you can share what we have.
I will do that. Let's feast.
And so you kind of spend the evening together. Jaxson,
Is it good food?
Yeah, it's perfectly fine, like village food. It's no 5-star Michelin chef stuff that you were talking about.
Yeah.
You're not among the fancy city folk with their sensitive taste buds. You know, you're among real people, village people. They eat what they get and they enjoy it.
Yeah, and it's probably gonna be better than the underdog.
Yeah, I mean it's food
Out
that is more
of the
made
villages
for you.
around, it is one of the like best villages to eat at because it's the one with the greatest diversity of ingredients. But
Yeah.
more than that, it's not gonna make a difference
No.
where in the countryside you are.
Yeah. It's very typical village food, really. But
Yeah.
it's perfectly solid for, what it is. But yeah, Jaxson, where do you go? You just head back to...
Back to the tavern,
All right.
going to drink himself to sleep.
After having a massive headache from bashing into a tree
He can heal that away quite easily.
True.
with alcohol.
Yeah.
No, with
You're not the only
Power.
Aasimar in the group.
You might be able to heal it, but not the mental injury of you just ran into a shroom,
well, yeah, Jaxson has forgotten this because he's going to get blackout drunk.
Yeah.
As you're just getting wasted, you just have like a vague memory of Fritz and Delvin carry you out of the bar as the night grows late. You just like remember this like muttering like, no, you grab the legs. It's like, oh, okay. No, that arm here. And these like two massive drow, quote unquote, because they're illusions, that are just shuffling to find a good way to carry you. That's like the only memory you have when you wake up the next morning. So the rest of you also eventually go to sleep. Again, Storm, you get the typical kind of village sleeping arrangements. It's not pretty, but
Actually,
it works.
As everybody falls asleep,
Yep.
realizing that Storm is here
Mhm.
and everything, I would like to wild shape into a fly. And
no.
The creeping.
no, and then I would like to fly out to the platinum,
Mhm.
and get the amount that we needed.
Oh,
In the
okay,
night.
fair enough. So you basically sneak out in the form of a fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's fair.
And do it in the night instead, and then come back and
Yeah. So you wait until the storm has gone to sleep, and then you fly out, unearth the platinum that you need using your magic to soften up the ground and all that.
yeah, exactly. I would be using a combination of speaking to the nature and actually wild shaping into an animal where I can dig a bit. I would be fine walking
that works
walking
too.
back in with the platinum.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I figured you use some like mold earth or something to
Yeah, I would use mold earth and speak to plants in a combination. To also, the speak to plants would mostly be to communicate and help them restore so that it was no harm to the earth
Yep.
left behind when I actually put back.
Yeah, you use a variety of your skill set, you know, wild shape, magic, all that. You get the platinum out, you cover the ground again. You know, you gotta fix a bit with the snow to make that to make it seem undisturbed rather. And then you walk back inside. Storm, with your passive perception, you probably like wake up a little bit as Arisa just comes back in. You're like, huh, strange, don't remember her leaving. But yeah. Ultimately, night goes by. The next morning, you all wake up. Gold's already been or platinum's already been bagged. How long are you staying here until it's time to get going?
Well, we were thinking about like 1 or 2 weeks. You know,
Perfect.
Nah, let's go after
it's
break.
not like we're forgetting something then.
Yeah, basically like somewhere between like at brunch time. That's like perfect to leave.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
10
gonna go hunt, I guess.
All right.
Do you like announce that you're going hunting?
Yeah. Okay, Risa's family and Risa and Dara and that.
Dara's family.
Well, I'm going hunting. You need something?
Do you guys need anything? Otherwise, I'm good. But if you're going hunting, make sure and then I would like point out a couple of good spots for actual hunting.
Okay, so if I want to hunt bear, where is that good meat? You know.
Well, I don't recommend bear because then it would be quite a distance as you would have to walk before you get into bear
What
territory.
would be the meat that would taste the best around here? Huh?
I would probably say venison. So from deer,
Where do I find there?
most of the place, but I would recommend and staying quite close to the actual opening to the forest, like going out into the meadows.
Okay, perfect.
You, as you're talking about this, Melissa just walks by and says, I would really stay away from the bear hunting. You need permits or else you could be caught with poaching. But deer is fine, of course.
Perfect. See you later. You got some good herbs for deer?
Well,
Cooking deer?
Herbalism is not necessarily just knowing the best spices for food.
Ah,
But I'm sure I can find something, yes.
perfect.
She's
I was so disappointed at
As
first,
soon as Storms leave, I would lean over to Melissa and just say, well, normally I would have pointed out the permit thing, but he's not one to really. If anything, that would be an encouragement to him.
He's one of them, huh?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, all right, now time to hunt some bear.
Okay, so bear.
No, but genuinely, logically, the bear would be further in, because they usually like a bit of darker and danker places.
Danker places.
Dang.
I should never have mentioned that word.
He's in the depths of Reddit. But yeah, you go off and you do a bit of hunting. Just make a general survival check, Storm.
Come on, bear. Come on, luck. Come on, luck. That's a. 9.
All right. So you go off into the kind of outskirts of the wood, and you're looking around. And as you finally spot this deer, you're very like tunnel visioned on it, and you get ready, I assume with your crossbow,
Yeah.
to shoot, and just as you're about to shoot, an arrow hits the deer in the neck and it falls over. And you see coming out of the woodwork there is a young woman,
Okay.
dressed in like fur and all, and she just kind of like looks over toward you and goes, "Find your own place to hunt."
But I can hunt
Shoot
wherever I want.
Shoot her. Shoot
Yeah, but this
her.
is where I hunt.
Yeah, well, I hunt here as well. I've been here for 15 years.
No, you
How
haven't.
How long have you hunted here?
Born and raised in the village.
Yes, okay, well, I'll go find my own place then.
That's
The
right.
180.
Don't with that attitude. Then I'll stay right here.
I'll have all the attitude I like.
Okay, great. Well, I'll send Samuel after you. That's right.
Grandpa?
Yeah, right. Grandpa.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell Grandpa you're gonna get spanking for messing with me.
What's wrong with you?
No. Yep. Direct.
Well, I
How
was the one
long-
that got the deer, loser. And she just heads
Oh,
over and kind of
eh,
starts
What the
preparing.
fuck is this village, bruh? Okay, then find a new place, but I guess how long before I can do a new check?
Well, you go off. You continue to try to hunt a bit. At the end of it all, you just get out of there with a rabbit. That's all you were able to catch. It's
Damn.
something, rabbit. I'm sure
It's-
Storm likes it.
Bam, down the bag.
Yeah, but the deer hunting, the only deer you saw that day was the one that woman got.
Damn.
Yeah, I probably should have mentioned to him also that the forest, as it is a Druid Circle's forest, the animals do quite communicate to each other. It's not as easy to hunt there
It's a magical
know,
forest.
and as a traditional forest.
Well, you get something at least. And something is
Yeah.
better than nothing.
Okay, then I go and look again for someone to buy food.
Alright, you head back into the village after having done your hunting, and you see the woman with her deer kind of pulling in on a sled. And she looks over, sees you carrying the rabbit.
Wait, the same girl?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
She looks over at you and goes, "Nice catch."
Thank you. Very fast to kill a rabbit, Small as well.
Yeah.
Well,
It's something.
It's
She
something.
Just, continues to pull her sled with this roped up deer.
Yeah.
Just goes. So you looking for something?
A cook.
Who doesn't know how to cook?
Well, we need a personal cook for our adventure, so the food is ready when we need it.
Wait, you want to bring someone from Quelwick with you on adventures?
Well, this was the place we were arriving to, so yes, exactly. No one's gonna accept an adventure here?
I'm just about as adventurous as it gets, and I'm not leaving.
Oh, great.
It's
Samuel was close.
Grandpa wouldn't go 5 feet outside of the village.
Great.
He might have, back in the day, gone to like the neighbor villages, but no way you would get him out of here.
Okay, so do you know where I can buy some food?
I got some nice venison right here.
How much for the venison?
The whole thing.
a big part of it.
10 gold.
10 gold it is.
Getting scammed.
Alright.
I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
She wrecked me. She earns 10 gold.
Takes it. Says, pick your cuts.
Oh god, it's gonna destroy it.
You start carving it up. Once you're done, she kind of looks at you and goes like,
Don't tell me I took the baddest parts. I don't know what's the tastiest parts. You be happy that I cut it like this.
I was gonna say I would have been happy if you didn't leave such a mess, but
Oh.
sure, and I don't really know why you packed the liver. Like,
Liver is the most nutrient based of the things on the animal.
fine.
Nice. Well then, I thank you for the food. One of the coworkers is gonna be very happy down in the Underdark when we return.
What are you talking about?
We will return to the Underdark where we have a mission to.
What's an Underdark?
You don't know
Under the
Arisa?
rock.
Do you know Arisa?
Well, obviously.
Obviously, no Arisa. Do you know that Arisa has gotten a girlfriend?
Oh, good for her.
Oh, you didn't know?
Well, no, I heard. But, like,
Okay. But do you know how the girlfriend is a bit different from everyone else? Like me.
she looks like you?
Wait. What did you say? I didn't hear you.
Arisa's girlfriend looks like you? Also, aren't they
No,
married?
no.
And wait, aren't it?
Yeah, right. They're married as well.
But the
Yeah.
elves, you mean the elves, the ones that have been staying here?
Yes.
Yeah.
She lives under the rock. Down under.
So that's an
Underdark.
Underdark?
Yes.
Alright.
And they don't eat good food there. So this will be perfect. Just speak with Arisa when you change your mind. You want to go on some adventure and be a
No.
cook.
I'll be happy to say hi to Arisa, though. If I don't, send my regards. Name's Leslie.
Let's see. I'll do that. She will be leaving in an hour or so. Some hours.
Then I'll probably not be able to say hi to her, so you send my regards.
Unfortunate. I do that. What was the name?
Leslie.
Leslie. Keep a weather eye out, eh?
You speak strange words, city boy. She just like takes the sled and continues on toward the
Fucking
outskirts.
city boy. Samuel as well. Holy crap. Might be more city than these folk, but goddamn.
Eventually,
Okay,
you regroup as it's getting around the time for you to return.
Leslie sends her regards.
Oh, lovely to see. How old is she now?
She looked around, freaking
Maybe a few years older than Arisa.
Yeah.
maybe like 25.
25. That's not right.
Oh.
More or less.
More or less. I bought her deer. I couldn't fucking kill one.
You just have this like
Actually, yeah. No, never mind. I'm just bad at math. That
Storm
would be
just
right.
shows this like sack of messy meat cuts and a
Oh
liver.
dear, what did you kill?
Oh dear, indeed.
No, that ain't deer.
Yeah,
Not from our forest. Or wait, and I inspect the bag and realize that it's like actually been cut Yeah. What did you do to it? Poor animal.
It was
I
dead.
thought you could hunt.
It was dead. I used Damascus hag,
You know what? I don't want to know.
Well, now you know.
So is there anything else you want to do before you head back to the Underdark? Aside from...
Yeah, speak with the mother. I want those herbs.
Oh, okay. So you go to Melissa. She does provide you with like a small pouch of some very basic kind of spices. And she's like, this will have to do. It's
How much will this set me back?
What do you mean?
How much will it cost?
Nothing.
Would it cost anything?
Why wouldn't it cost anything? You want money for what you have given us for our adventure.
Can I overhear this?
Yeah.
Like, Storm, you're considered family. Like,
oh my god.
Of course, she's not gonna force you to pay, and also.
First I'm gonna be someone's friend, then I'm gonna be a family.
Usually, Melissa doesn't take any payment for any of her goods. Like, she's the village and also neighboring villages herbalist. She doesn't have to pay for most things, nor does people pay her. She helps out, and they help her in return. That's how it functions.
We're a community.
Wow.
And you are important to my daughter, so the least I can do is provide you with some spices for your food.
Well, I thank you very much. They are going to probably make it worthwhile living in the Underdark.
Wait, you plan on staying there?
No, 2 days more than we're out.
Okay. Okay, you said living though, and I
yeah,
don't
living
hear you
in
say...
2 days.
I don't understand pirate speech.
Aye.
Neither do we, anyone. Except for
And
Storm.
so you are basically ready, I guess, then to return to the Underdark.
How long would it take to go to the Druid Circle?
I think it's like an hour-ish on foot, maybe a bit less. But it's snowy, so probably an hour. You could wild shape and fly there faster, but...
Yeah, my question is more... Right, no, never mind. I forgot the wording of one thing.
Alright. So you're ready
to want to go to the Druid Circle then?
What did you say?
Which one of us?
Are you ready to leave then,
yes.
Or did you still want to go to the Druid Circle? Okay.
No, I'm ready to leave.
So you head up to the quote-unquote town square, where the tree is, and you open the portal, and you head into the Underdark again. And so once you're there, I assume you seek out the rest of the group over at the Roper and Cloaker. You end up finding Jaxson kind of splayed out on his bed, super hungover. There's a bit of vomit there, where like Fritz and Delvin have propped him up on his side so that he doesn't choke himself to death.
Storm has to share the room with him. Damn.
Yeah, Storm, you enter that and you're like, oh, this is our room. And you're just hit by a wave of, well, vomit smell. Not great air circulation around these parts either, so...
Hey, Dara, could you do me a little favor? You got a spell for this? Ah, nice. Great. Perfect.
There we go. I think that should clean it up a little bit.
Nice.
Jaxson, you kind of like wake up with a terrible headache, but you notice that Dara is like cleaning up around you.
Hi, Jaxson. We're back now.
Just to confirm, by the way, I'm down on a spell slot for the transport, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just double check.
No way to ritual cast that one.
Nope.
Did you get the food?
Don't get something.
Yeah, Storm. You want to show him?
We got some food.
Oh,
And we got some little herbs.
I love you, Storm.
Wonderful.
Storm, I
I
feel asexually to you as well.
let's cook some, eh?
Mhm.
No. Are you hungry already?
Yes. I have been starving for 4 days now or something.
Well
Not
then,
been that long.
let's cook, I guess.
Like we were with you yesterday.
Yeah, I was starving yesterday too.
Poor Jaxson, he just can't eat the Underdark food.
It's not food.
Well, you did like the fish. Sort of.
Mm,
The fish night was pretty good, right?
mm, mm.
Anyway, Dara also. So just to confirm with the DM,
Yep.
the messenger with the whole thing for the payment, that would have. So after we've sent the messenger, then the next day after, then
So
okay.
tomorrow.
Then Dara is just gonna go and get the messenger and write the message. We have the payment. We'll meet
Well,
up.
you were supposed to not infer anything in the message.
Okay,
All you were supposed to do was to write an inconspicuous message mentioning the name Zasha, and she would know what that means.
So I would recommend that you ask how their like dog or something is,
Yeah.
or
How
like
is Asha's
this
dog
family
doing? How is Asha's pet beetle doing? I've heard that it has. I heard it got arthritis, and I wanted to
Did
make
you
sure.
know that
I don't even know if
Sarge's
beetles
pet
can get
died?
arthritis.
Jaxson, what did you say?
No, did you know that Sasha's pet died yesterday?
Well, you
And
write
they say,
something.
yes, I know, I killed it.
You write something about Zasha's pet beetle and arthritis, and you find a messenger, just some little drow boy on the street. That you can like hand a copper and get to run to the wall garrison.
I'll remove a copper for that.
Which then means that the next day at noon you are expected to be at the steps of Galicia's library.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, so
Oh.
we're doing it tomorrow. We will need a plan.
Indeed, we're doing it
I'll be
tomorrow.
at first.
But wait, we wanted the guy that's connected to the Shadow Mother, right?
Yeah, we want him.
So we
But
need to
first-
take out him and the
Well,
main.
eventually we're gonna get him, but first we need
But-
to take the sub-commanders.
But the problem is, like, are we going in, then out, then in?
Well,
Pretty much.
the instructions
That's
or what
stupid.
you were told is basically that Consort Virus is a total shut-in that basically never leaves his chambers, and the chambers are essentially impossible to break into, meaning that you need to draw him out. And so by killing the lieutenants, as the city kind of starts falling apart, he will be forced to leave his chambers to personally steer things up to some extent. Now, how far you can get him to come out, or to what extent this works, remains to be seen. But essentially, he will need to at least open up his chambers, and thereby giving you an opportunity to do something. So the lieutenants, you need to kill them like in one after the other quite quickly. Virus can be like a day or two later whenever things start requiring his attention.
Yeah. We kind of want things to go into chaos a little bit and anarchy
And the
before.
True Shade can help make it so that that happens pretty much.
I
So-
have the plan.
Mhm.
Disable the catalyst or write our names in it, so we can cast spells. Then fly on top of Vesh's cube and mold Earth to where she is. Kill her, jump out. Then go to the temple and kill the high priest.
That sounds perfect. I think we should disable the catalyst because then mage. All right. No. What if we just remove the archmage name? Then she doesn't have magic. Mage wrote magic, like a peasant.
Perfect.
What?
Wait,
Yeah.
magic doesn't define whether or not you're an archmage or
But
a peasant.
if you're a fucking mage and you can't use your magic, what are you gonna do, huh? If I come there with a sword, huh?
Probably pick up a sword and,
With
Fight?
those arms? No.
or
Well, we
call
do
the
rely-
numerous guards.
Well, yeah, I think
but
the
we
guards
get
might be a process.
We can kill her fast.
I will
Yes.
say though, Dara, from what you know from back when you were still here, like years ago, there aren't really a lot of guards inside Symposium Hall because the place is considered unbreachable. So there's no need for tight security on the inside when supposedly no one can enter that isn't supposed to be there.
Was there
I mean, if
someone
we're- if
inside
we're-
the Symposium Hall we were gonna kill?
Yeah, the archmage.
Yeah, the archmage.
Court
That's why
mage.
the issue.
And if we strip away her magic, then she's just arch.
Well, she's gonna be a
Okay,
sitting
so
and if we're very quick, we can kill her very easily before the guards notice, and then we
Mhm.
can just escape quickly.
Yeah,
so
we
we disable the cube or whatever, and then we kill the archmage, and then we go to what the fuck the cube? What was the cube?
is the fortress closer to the halls, or is the temple closer?
You mean Inquisitor Vesh's?
Yes.
Yeah, they're closer. Vesh.
That would be
I'm
closer
pretty
to Symposium Hall than the temple.
Yes.
The temple is further down in the city.
Then we're heading that.
Well,
The hall-
okay, so why are we disabling the cube?
No, we're not disabling the cube. We are writing the
It's not a
arch.
cube.
We are wiping. We're
Her
wiping
name
the
and
cube.
writing our names.
Yes. So
Yeah, but why are we doing that? Just so we can throw spells in the temple?
no, so she
Yeah.
cannot throw spells in the hall because the,
Yeah, well,
the Symposium-
she's not in the hall, is she
No.
not?
the archmage is in Symposium
Then-
Hall.
then-
She can use magic, but we can
Like I
disable the
wasn't
magic
confused enough.
inside there.
Okay, so the cat.
Yes, yes. That thing
Catalyst.
is basically if you have ever played the child game Minecraft.
Yeah, okay, well, like this.
Wait,
We're
The
getting
what?
into we're getting in. Where is the cataclysm located?
in the
In
base.
the
Of
It's in the hall.
Symposium Hall, right?
Or-
Okay, but how in the Symposium Hall? What is the? Well, you said the Archmage is in the Symposium Hall, right?
It's a really big place. Yes.
Okay, right. Is the cube with Vesh also in the
No,
Symposium
no.
Hall?
It's outside of the hall.
Yes, exactly. But how do we get into Symposium Hall again?
Yeah, that's why
That's why
the
my-
Okay, so what I
Shire-
take from this situation is we're supposed to do a thing, but not do said thing while
Hello.
doing said thing.
Okay, so the way we get inside is by
Again.
we're paying. No, we're not going in again right now. So we are paying.
Yeah, we're
Shai,
paying.
Yes. So we get inside. We kill. Boom, boom, boom. Dead. We first do magic thing with the catalyst. Then we
Then we
kill.
kill the Archmage.
Then we head outside.
We kill the Archmage
Yes.
while we are in the Symposium Hall, right?
Yes, and then we
Nice.
head out. We
Kill the
go
cube.
to the fortress, go up, to the roof of
Kill
the
Vash.
fortress.
Hold
Poof!
Earth.
Open! Ah! Kill!
Yep.
And then we head to the temple and kill the priestess.
What?
Okay, so
I'll
there's
follow
a
Dara on
priestess
this.
and there's an archmage. The priestess is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
temple of
No.
Umbra.
Yeah, right. Easy.
Okay, nice.
Now we're on the same page.
Yes, good.
Oh god.
If you say so.
So yes, today we feast, tomorrow we kill.
Like, I want to make some clarifications about things, but I feel like I'll just confuse you guys even more.
No,
at this
we
point.
are.
I think it would help me, but I don't think it would help anybody else.
Did we know where the catalyst was?
Please, Mr. DM,
You
give
know
the
that-
clarification.
You know that the catalyst is within Symposium Hall.
Do we know where?
I can't remember if you were told that.
We
were
were
No,
told
we were-
by, weren't we told by the it was like the
In the base.
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
plants, the garden.
Well, Kalicia's Hanging Gardens are kind of the main part of Symposium Hall, so that doesn't give you much. But yeah, it is further down. It is near the like base tiers of the Symposium Hall.
Okay. What is floor checking the cube for wedges?
That's what you did last session.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
already done that.
I-
We
we
know
Yeah,
are-
where-
yeah, I know, but we don't know which room she
Yeah.
will be in.
Oh,
We don't know which room she will be in when we
Oh,
come
she
to the
will-
cube, right?
Yeah. Well, I can set the Florping there to, continuously spy and to see
Yeah.
when
Exactly.
they
That sounds
enter the room.
perfect.
That we can
that
do.
sounds really good. Really, really good.
Nice.
And then we just, what do we do in the temple? Do we just storm the temple, or like,
Seems like the easiest way. I don't think there's some too
or
good of a
or
way to get inside out.
I know. She likes me, she likes me. So we
Yeah.
just, she said something like, "Oh, you can just talk to me" or something. So we just like go and
Casually
sure.
walk in.
yes, and it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
I mean-
we have some private matters to discuss. Can we do it
Yeah.
somewhere private? She said, "Of course, anything for a servant of Umbra or something like that." And
Yeah,
then
and
we
then you stand
when we're in private.
I mean, it's
When
not the
you're in
worst
private.
plan.
No, we can be.
Are you sure it ain't?
We can do.
Because I
it
did not have
together,
said a
you know?
word, so I'm genuinely asking. Are you sure it ain't?
It
That
will be
was-
easy.
A perfect idea.
Yeah, so we just go as a group and they say we have some we have something to discuss, but we need to do it in private, and then we kill her in private.
Well, that will have to do. Just remember that we have to do this.
You
quick
do it in
succession.
private.
No,
Suspicious.
we don't.
We-
She can be suspicious, but if we are 5 people, what is she going to do?
Kill us.
She's a high priest. Like the more the
Wh-
merrier to kill her. You know?
Why would we need 5? Is
I
she
think
gonna
she
be
might be
some
more
final boss?
She's a high priest after all. They can do quite
I mean, they're not
powerful
weak,
spells.
technically.
But
Yeah.
I can kill mages as well, like.
Yeah.
But you know,
Okay, then.
it's not
Perfect
like,
plan.
yeah, so the very, very nice plan. And now we just
Do that.
have a nice time until tomorrow, and we kill everyone.
And so now that everyone totally understands every
Mhm.
detail of this beautifully constructed plan, I think this is a good place to take a quick break.
Yes, I agree.
We're gonna need to keep the break kind of short because we don't have too much time today. But yeah,
Indeed.
I'll see you all back here in a few. So don't go anywhere.
Bye.
Yeah.
You're back.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome back.
Oh.
Hey.
A short break, all things considered. A rare thing for us. So, where we left off before the break, you were all back in the Underdark after the brief excursion to Quailwick from Arisa and the squad. And so you've just kind of discussed your plans, having regrouped at the Roper and Cloaker.
We all agreed to leave Jaxson behind.
No,
Jaxson is
but
going to join the sisterhood.
We all accept that.
you've got pretty much the whole day ahead of you. Dara, you sent a messenger, and that means the plan starts for real tomorrow at noon. Oh, yep.
Great.
Nope.
So, until then, you have a little over a full day and night to kill.
We are doing a feast.
Well, you do have food.
That's gonna get consumed in like half a second if we go for that amount of.
No, we're not doing a feast. I need to save this food for a while.
Where's Leon?
His
He's dead.
headphones weren't working. He wrote it in the chat. So, anyone that wants to do something that doesn't
Awkward.
involve the entire party's participation in the meantime?
Oh.
I feel like whatever I will do will delay the stream too much because I have no grip on everything. So no.
Fair.
We'll be playing dragon chess.
Right. Sure.
Yeah, but like offline dragon chess.
All right, Leon. Welcome back to the
Oh
world
my
of the
God.
living.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was just checking what everyone wants to do before it's time tomorrow to act. Aside from feasting, then. Anything?
Is
anyone
Schreiber
else?
in town?
Absolutely not.
What?
Do they have an outcast down here?
We've been over this before.
That's synonymous. Those statements are synonymous.
Actually not, because when we were in Tremera, there were different people there, and those outcasts than Schreiber.
Arcana Emporium, nonetheless.
Mhm.
So nobody wants to do anything. You're just gonna AFK until tomorrow at noon. Is that it?
Yeah, we're
Yes,
Does
sir.
Liam have any suggestion?
we are team building.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay,
no.
so the plan is done. The plan is done. The plan we
Yes.
said, that's the thing.
Well, we should ask the shy girl if she knows where the cat is.
The
Just
Shaker?
to
Shai
the Shy
Yalshan, the Inquisitor, that you made
Okay.
a deal with.
Yeah. Okay.
and just so we know where it is
Thanks,
and
DM.
how we work it, like how we can wipe it or disable it or something. Nice. Right.
Delvin just asks, when we're doing this, are we all doing the same? We're going together all the way.
Maybe that's smart, like. Oh wait, how many people can you make fly, Dara?
I can make up to, let's just calculate quickly how many I can fly.
Meanwhile, DM's question: how long? A short rest was 1 hour, right?
Yes.
Then I state while Dara's figuring that out.
Yeah.
I ask, do you think there will be any time to recuperate once the first phase begins?
Probably, because I think they said that we need to do it in a couple of hours, because
The less time, the better. But it was like you should probably be able to take maybe an hour, but it's like one short rest maximum if you really hurry for the rest.
I think if we plan well, we won't need one.
It would be a good idea if we plan for one and hopefully won't need one. Because if we
should
plan for
probably
one, then I'll be able to use more elemental shapes and stuff.
I think we should probably plan it either. We should probably plan it after the second one, just because I
Yeah,
think
exactly.
Fortress will be harder if they
I agree.
know.
That would probably be the best one. It also gives us the most opportunity to, in case we are short on time, to still reach our target, as we will be much closer by.
Right. Right. So I guess that's we know everything. Very good, very nice.
All right.
I can make 3 people fly
3 people
at
fly.
the same
Well,
time.
I think is it maybe best if we just do.
Where did we need to fly?
Cube.
When we are in the fortress, and maybe when we are
Okay.
trying to escape, the hall.
Symposium hall.
I don't think we should be all 6 people when we do this, because
I think it might be a good idea to be everyone stay together.
Wait, 6?
With
Yeah,
Delvin and Fritz.
Delvin and Fritz.
Oh, right.
So I mean, like, if just like maybe 2 people are just on watch or something instead, because if we need to rely on flying, we are 6 people. We can only make 3, maybe 4 with Arisa fly.
Well, depending on what we require it for, I can, of course, make us fly. Like, I can have somebody riding me.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
I could also
will-
polymorph myself once per day and 3 other people fly.
And I can polymorph other people as well.
But do
Yeah.
we want to be all 6 then? Because like.
I'm mostly mentioning in what options we have available to us, as feeling kind of unclear on the details of the plan, rather than the whole thing.
I think we should be like 4 or 5. I think it might be a bit of a squeeze if we're 6, especially if we are fighting in the office and in smaller places.
That might, however, be a good idea, actually.
Yeah, we will be less
Maybe
suspicious.
Yeah. Well, in that case, who do we want to have on standby? I suppose you want Delvin and Fritz on standby then, because of their strength.
Yeah. That would work, I guess. We could just have Florp with them, and
Yeah, absolutely. We could have like 2 of them are ready for at the cube, and then we can have Florp with them, to have a 2-way communication, and I am with the main.
yes. Yeah, well, I think it would be better if they wait at the cube, because if we're 6 people in the hall, it will probably bring up suspicion. And when we're escaping the hall, it's easier if the less we are.
So what? Both Fritz and Delvin.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I suppose that will have to.
Yeah, that should work. Yeah. I hope we're not just too few.
And if the case is that someone needs a rest, we can just switch out. If it's like if we don't really have time, we can just do a switch up.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's actually very smart.
They wanted to do it as fast as possible, but we might have time for one short rest or something.
I just love the idea of that. It's like, oh no, Jaxson needs a rest. We switch him out for Delvin, a level 5 guy.
Goblin Fritz.
Yes. No. Oh, we're definitely switching you out for Delvin.
I mean, Delvin did defeat that Valhalla,
Yeah. And Jaxson did get eaten by it, so.
No, we did not get eaten by it.
It was just.
Let's just ask the kid and see. Let's just ask the kid and see.
The kid won't be alive for much longer.
Whoa! That's Dara's cousin.
Yeah, but you don't know.
Also, my apologies. Delvin is level 6. How could I be so mistaken?
Oh shit! I mean, at least level 5 is the most important for extra attack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I mean, what do you even get at level 6? Like ability score improvement or something?
What class is he?
probably fighter.
Perhaps.
Yeah, it turns out he's wizard.
He's definitely a
You've
martial class, I'll say that much.
You've never seen him use magic, but he's wizard.
Well, so now I am going into NPC mode.
Okay, so you're ready to AFK until the next day then? Is that it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sure,
Probably.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, AFK until the time is right.
Fuck.
So, the next day then, as it approaches noon, you know where to go, to the steps of Felicia's library.
Yeah.
Bomb.
The Raethran
No later
family
than
is
noon.
there.
Do you all go then, or does Fritz and Delvin
Fritz and
go
Delvin.
straight away to
yeah.
the boss?
Yeah, so Arisa and Dara stays back.
Now we leave Delvin, Fritz, and Thorpe so that they can go to the cube.
Yep.
Mhm.
So we don't leave anybody, we split up.
Split the party, you know. The one
And I'm
thing we're
guessing
not
they are
supposed
supposed to switch their appearance? Or are we all supposed to
Well,
switch
I'm
appearance?
We all do
assuming
that.
you're all in Drow mode.
We are
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the Raethran family.
And
tour.
now outside of character, I now have to ask, have my character been in Drow mode so far?
Yes.
Okay.
We just didn't make up a name for you. Of course, if you want to take Jizz
Well,
Skin, that one is available
No,
now.
no, I have a name, but I'm questioning how much have you decided about it?
Just that Storm is the weird sibling that doesn't look like the rest. That's like the only lore.
Well,
that
have
the
you
Raethran
defined
family
anything
has.
about my looks or something?
No,
No.
nothing.
Okay.
No. You're a blank slate.
You don't have a face. You're faceless.
Okay, I'm a male by the name of Durdrin Bevan Kilth.
But
Going by Bevan.
you need a family name. We're a family.
Yeah, man. We're the Barathras.
I'm your guy's servant.
Oh,
I
nice.
guess that could work.
I like that.
Didn't need much convincing to.
I like that.
I never said I was a good servant, just as a heads up.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
what was your name again? Just the first name at least.
First name or the one I go by.
The one you go by.
Bevan. Bevan.
Not
Just send
Iskin.
it to me.
Bravo, Echo.
I think it's spelled like Iskin.
Okay.
I can send you the
No,
entire,
I think I get it.
It's very close to Delvin.
but I'll send you the entire thing. Give me a second.
Sure, sounds good. Either way, you make your way as a group. Those of you that are supposed to go anyway, you head over to Kalicia's library. Okay, I got it right then. You head over to Kalicia's library, to the steps outside, and it is this building that, pretty much like everything else here in Sharanth, is built into the walls of the cave itself. However, the steps are carved into what is essentially a bit of a hill, since the main structure, albeit embedded in the wall, is a bit above sort of street level. And so the steps, Dara, you know them, the steps of Kalicia's library, they're not an entirely unusual like meeting spot for people, since it's kind of like on the mid-level of the city, relatively central, and just a good location to meet with people, since there's a bit more like space in that area.
So what you're saying is we're sticking out like a sore thumb.
No, quite the opposite. People, there are plenty of people here that are just kind of like sitting around at various heights of the steps. a lot of people here are kind of like wrapped in cloaks, sitting in like pairs or trios, just conversing. Here and there you have like a singular person. And I assume you're here before noon and you don't want to be there like the second of. Since Inquisitor Galshan was quite clear about you not being late.
Indeed.
So yeah, do you want to do anything when you're here? Or do you just like sit on the steps or stand somewhere, or what's the plan here?
Take a seat on the steps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
We sit on the steps. We're ready.
So you all go and you find some seats. The library itself, by the way, there are like these kind of pillars outside and a relatively grand entrance. There's almost like a very faint Osirian vibe to it. Probably not intentional, but just like a coincidence with experimental architecture. But you sit there and you wait. And so as noon approaches, again, there are quite a few people here at the time, since, you know, it's the middle of the day, a common time to meet up with people. You see a Drow woman approaching you. Walks directly up to your group and sits down next to you. And she says, and you hear now the voice of Shai Galshan, the Inquisitor that you're expecting. Though she has disguised herself, not through magical means, it seems, but rather through, like, disguise. She says, you are ready, then?
Indeed we
Yes,
are.
indeed.
Ready as we ever can be.
And you have what we agreed that you would bring?
Agreed. I bring out the 2 platinum bar.
She just kind of like stops you when you go to do anything.
More discreet. Very well.
You will have to trust me from now on.
We have one question. Before, where in the halls can we find the catalyst? We know it's on the lower levels, but do you know where?
I'm sure you'll find it, but trust me now, okay?
Okay.
I lean over to Dara and say, "Be ready. This is gonna be a big play."
I hope so.
Shit,
And
Will about to do a big play.
as she kind of gets your vague agreement to her request, she stands up and you see she makes a quick hand gesture in the air, and suddenly multiple of these people sitting on the steps tear their cloaks off, revealing guard armor. And you see Shai Galshan summons up a weapon and points it in the direction of your general group, and
Arisa kneels down on the ground.
and she just loudly says, "For treason and conspiracy against the Sisterhood and the Shadow Mother, you are all under arrest. Now follow." And you see all these people that were previously disguised kind of move in to aid in this arrest.
Arrest in this drug bust.
Jaxson runs away.
Does he?
No. He's
So they all kind of walk up. There are about a dozen of people, so they were expecting more of you, most likely, because there are 2 per person. They come up to you, they bind your arms, and then start leading you upwards through the city in the direction of Symposium Hall. And you see like one of the other guards just walking kind of ahead with Shai Galshan, says to her, "That was nicely done. I wasn't sure it was going to work, but I should have learned by now not to distrust you, Inquisitor." And she says, "Of course. The gullible fools fell right into the trap. Now, come on. Let's get them to Symposium Hall." And she continues to lead you all through the city until you eventually do get to the gates of Symposium Hall itself. Now at this point, there are other guards there. Inquisitor Galshan just kind of like briefly stops, explains the situation to them, like, "I got these ones, members of the True Shade." They all kind of like look impressed. The people at the gate, that is, or the guards. They say, "So you taking them to the dungeons then?" "Yeah, exactly." And so they open up the gates, and you are led into Symposium Hall. And as you do, your disguises flicker and vanish, and some of the guards that are guiding you or escorting you kind of like look at you a bit confused for a second. And one of them goes like, "Inquisitor, look, they were disguised." And she just turns, gives like a very unimpressed look, and just smiles a little bit and says, "Of course they were."
Damn it.
I just mumble to the guard that I have, like, "What do you expect? That we would be so stupid to do a thing like this and not be disguised? God, there's a reason you're guard."
Shut your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
So you continue into Symposium Hall. Now, Dara, you've already been here many times before. You know what Symposium Hall is. But as the rest of you are taken in here for the first time, the first place is essentially this very large corridor known as the Fungal Alley. Now this is just this kind of like clean pathway, but on the sides there is a mixture of these like massive tree-sized mushrooms in different colors. The entire walls are just like covered in these beautiful patterns of bioluminescent fungi, all kinds of different species from all corners of the Underdark. This is an entire microbiome itself, an extremely interesting corridor of just like, it's like an exhibit of the world's mushrooms and fungus.
Question.
Yeah.
Is there any like plant that is large enough to use as with transportation with
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the entire walls are just like covered in
Then I would like to specifically put this place to memory.
Yeah, I mean that's easy enough.
Hard to forget.
Yeah.
No, I get
No,
that,
no,
but
no.
I realized that I should probably
Yeah.
point such a thing out.
Absolutely. That's easy enough. You just kind of
Yeah.
like memorize some of the species that you're familiar with, and are able to create like a note here for future reference.
Yeah. And I just try in general to put as much like general knowledge there as possible.
It's like a really interesting look, especially because Storm, for instance, you rely on the dark vision glasses, right?
Yeah.
Moment you step in, they stop working because the anti-magic field. But
Right.
the entire like alley itself, it's still like, it's dark, but the amount of bioluminescence, you can kind of like, you see the walls just like glowing enough to where they are visible. The rest of the room is just darkness, but it is really like you're in this tunnel of just beautifully colored glowing walls.
Wow.
And it doesn't like light the entire path. Like you can't see anything that is next to you or whatever. You can just see like the outlines of the other people walking here. You know, the people in front of you, they're just dark spots against the bioluminescent background.
Question.
Yeah.
As I have as a player not experienced an anti-magic, or actually we haven't experienced an anti-magic field, but didn't we mention something about my connection to my deity? Did that disappear in an anti-magic field?
Not this one at least.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think there are other things that have messed with your connection, but I don't think the anti-magic field has.
No, I was
So
wondering because
I
technically,
know
depending
some
on
things
your
that have.
interpretation, then that would mean I also lose my dark vision.
No, I would say that's just like a built-in thing.
Okay.
Even Fallen has like
Yeah.
dark vision.
So that's just a biological thing.
Change. Okay, yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, anyway, once you finally reach the other end, this is where you're taken to something that is truly like a once-in-a-lifetime sight. Like, you've been told about the scope or the size of Symposium Hall, but it's not until you actually stand within the Kalicia's Hanging Gardens that you first really understand how massive it is. Like, it is really the size of a city, because it is this largely circular cave where there are just floors upon floors that extend all the way around the walls of the cave. Like there are dozens of floors in total, like maybe 40-50 levels to this place. But in the middle of this, because you know the center is just like air normally, just dead space. Instead, what they've done here is multiple platforms, about a dozen or so, hang from adamantine chains in the ceiling, and each one of these platforms is an entire like garden in and of itself. Like, these are big parks, each of which is just suspended on chains from the ceiling, some of which are smaller, some of which are bigger. The chains, aside from being made of adamantine, which is one of the strongest metals known to mortal kind, each link of these chains is like the size of a person. And there's a total of about 100 chains that keep all these platforms hanging. You see, like, the platforms, every single one has like a unique aesthetic, with a different like biome, a different little like microscopic world in the shape of a park. And what makes it even more wondrous is that from the very ceiling of the grand cave itself, there are waterfalls that pour down, hitting the platforms, creating these like lakes and rivers that run across, like, over the edges and spill onto like the platforms below. So there are these like tiered waterfalls that hit the other platforms below them until eventually they pour off the final edges and go down into a massive lake at the very bottom of the Symposium Hall. And you know, all these levels, the balconies or galleries that kind of like encircle the gardens themselves, you know, there are multiple doors that lead to entire like buildings that are baked into the walls. Like, these are your kind of mansions of the nobility they used to fill these halls prior to the coup. Now everything is more sparsely populated, of course, since a big size or a big portion of the nobility were purged, and in general government was kind of collapsed. So life in here has been nuked somewhat. But it is, just the sight of the hanging gardens, because you enter this kind of higher up, so you can look down onto all of these platforms from where you enter, and you see like some of these platforms, they have almost a non-Underdark feel to them, like imported flora from what might be the overworld, so to speak. You think that you even see some sort of wildlife living on these platforms.
Whoa.
Like something that looks almost like the Underdark equivalent of a squirrel that just like runs past on one of the closer platforms. Of course, not at all as cute as an actual squirrel. It just kind of has like the general physique of it, but it has more like well, it looks like an Underdark creature with kind of like smooth, slimy-ish skin and big teeth protruding from its mouth. So I'm sure it's edible to Underdark people.
Yeah. Dang.
How far is it between these platforms, roughly?
I mean, these platforms, like each one is the size of a park.
Yeah, but like the distance between like the one edge of a platform to another edge.
It really depends, because none of them is like on the same level either. Because a lot of them, as I mentioned, like the waterfalls kind of like spill over the edge of one and hit the platform beneath. So some of them are like below, to the point where they overlap. But then the question is like, how far down is it until that one?
Yeah, but like if you took a straight point between one and another.
I mean, on the lower end of things, maybe 30 meters. I'm not sure about conversion to feet, like 100 feet.
Okay.
I guess.
I think there would be so many more people committing treason if they knew this was the view to the dungeons.
The guard that is escorting you just says, "Oh, trust me, the dungeons don't get to see this."
Oh, but I mean, like heading towards the dungeons, it's a nice view.
It'll be the last view you ever see.
No, it will be the dungeon that's the last view.
Last nice view, you know what I'm talking about, scum.
No, that would be my reflection.
Could I have a request to not be in his cell?
You'll request nothing.
Could I have a request to be in your cell?
Some of these guards are not getting paid enough to deal with
No.
I don't think they get light humor, over the rock humor.
As you walk down the levels, you see that there are these luminescent opals that are fastened to the walls, so that it kind of casts like a dim light. Because even with dark vision, you still want it to technically be like dim light, so that it actually is bright.
So you can, I mean, you can see a bit of color and stuff like that.
Yeah. So everything in here is technically considered dim light. Even on the gardens, because of all the bioluminescent vegetation, which is very common here. So you can just count on everything being dim, which means that even you, Storm, for example, are able to see without your glasses.
Well,
you just have
wouldn't it be like if the
disadvantage on
garden
perception.
tunnel was like wide enough that it would be like a small part, like where you couldn't see like the ground or something in the center? If it's bioluminescent dim.
Well, this is more in the parks, because you also have like a very well lit up big space with tons of dim light everywhere else.
I understand.
But yeah, sure. Technically, if you'd gone close enough to the edges of the fungal alley, you would have also had like dim light conditions. But it's a pretty wide corridor. Like it's not like a typical corridor. We're talking more like a car tunnel, that kind of size.
Which is quite wide.
Yeah. But yeah, you're in here. You're being taken down further and further into this big complex, the size of a city.
And Arisa is trying to make note of as many things and like layouts as possible,
Yeah,
especially plant
understandable.
life, but
Yeah.
layout in general.
Yeah. So like the kind of Symposium Hall itself, like the tiers and such, they have almost like a slight funnel shape so that it gets more narrow the further down you go. And so as you approach kind of like the final tiers, you can hear like this loud thundering sound of the waterfalls from the platforms far above as they're just crashing down into the final like lake at the bottom of this. And so there is that like semi-distant thundering sound of that. The waterfalls are by no means massive, but they are still, you know, the water is falling quite a distance here. But on like the final tier of these levels, you're taken into a hallway that leads you further into like the cavern wall itself, and you do, after a brief walk, emerge into what seems like the dungeons. Now what you walk past initially is kind of like two sets of rooms, like one of which seems to be more of like a guard entertainment room, and one, as you kind of peek through, seems to contain like shelves with the various like storage capacity. And then you continue past that and you get to these like caged off cell areas. The cells are pretty much empty as far as you can tell. You walk past like one where there's this malnourished drow man sitting in a corner, kind of like flinching as you walk past, almost like out of fear and just programmed like association between people, meaning bad news for him. But you can continue deeper down. Like, this seems to be a pretty vast dungeon complex as well, even though they've been abandoned in favor of the Bastion of Shadows. And then eventually you stop by a number of cells, and Shai Galshan, the Inquisitor, just points at two of them and goes, "These ones, put them in here." And her guards rush up to them, opening, and just throws two of you in each.
Which two?
Well,
Are
let's
they
see
gonna
here.
separate my gender?
No,
or
everybody
guess what?
everybody just roll a d20.
D20.
Yep.
I'm so surprised that it's a D20.
20.
20.
And there.
19.
Okay.
Wait,
Eight.
maybe Jacob was.
No, it's fine. You can all just say it pretty much at once.
5.
Okay, so Dara and Jaxson, you go in one, and Storm and Arisa go in the other.
I cocked
The,
block
two-
you once again.
What did you say?
I cocked block you once again.
No,
No.
I am.
No, my friend. We're just, you know, together again. We're such a perfect, you know, friendship. They couldn't, you know, separate us.
So as you're being pushed into these dungeons, you're freed of your like binds, so that you're able to move again. However, they do strip you of all your possessions on
What?
Inquisitor Galshan's orders.
I just
Oh,
imagine
no.
like the scene from Sinbad where like they take from Storm and they just go like, okay, here's a weapon, here's another. Wait, what the fuck? Like they're
Oh, yeah,
emptying the
yeah.
bag.
I'm gonna ask you, is anyone trying to conceal anything?
I have something up my butt.
How big is the pearl I own?
The Pearl of Power?
Per-
Yes.
Small enough to fit up your butt. No, it's regular pearl size.
It's regular pearl size.
Yeah, maybe
So
like a
small.
big pearl, but still an ordinary.
So
pearl.
like this size.
Yeah, maybe even a little smaller, but roughly
Yeah,
that.
like a pebble.
No, somewhere in between those.
Like an eyeball.
Oh, like a big pearl, but still a pearl. you
Yeah.
know?
I would like to hide that.
Okay. Where are you hiding it?
Unmentionable place.
Are you actually?
Yes, and it's not the rectum.
Whoa, that's cheating.
Fair enough.
That's cheating.
I'm gonna say.
No, it's somewhere where I can guarantee I can get it out.
You wouldn't have hidden this in preparation. You would be hiding it at some point after this arrest, I assume. So
Yes.
I'm gonna say make
that
a
would be-
sleight of hand check.
Why
Yes.
is your hand down your pants? Storm is going to see this. Oh no.
Well,
Poor
essentially, how I would do it is I would drop it down the pants, and then I would use something where I basically could force it through the clothes.
Mm-hmm. Well, still
To
sleight of hand
make
to
it
get
more
it in there
easier.
without them noticing.
Yes.
Oh,
It would be really awkward if they.
But then
caught you.
again, Storm is, quite distracting, so.
the best part of this
Nat
is that you still
19.
can't use spells.
That's an 18 total. It was a nat
Yeah,
19, so.
actual best part.
Am I really gonna use my new D20 to roll this for the first time?
Dude, I just used that
Hey.
D20 I haven't rolled before. You do too.
Nope, I'm saving that one.
I want to
Doing that.
hide my glaive in the same place.
Wait, what was your total?
18 total.
I rolled nat 20.
Ah, that's awkward. That's
Oh.
You go to put it in your pants, and as you do that, one of the guards is just like, "Hey, what do you got there? Huh? Take that back out.
Oh,
I saw you sneaking something in there."
Close your eyes, Storm. Close your eyes.
no. I'm tired of shit.
I didn't want to succeed on this.
No.
Give me a second, I'm just thinking.
Hi, Inquisitor! And Gelshan looks over. What is it? She,
No.
she... it just kind of points. It's like, it looked like some
I would
sort
like
of...
to look as clueless as possible to this.
It was some spherical
No,
object.
no.
Are you gonna take that out for us?
I don't know what he's talking about. I think he's some twisted, perverted person.
You forget that you can't lie to me. Come on.
We're gonna have to search you.
Yep. They're gonna have to. Yeah.
I'll do you one better. I'll slit your throat right here and now.
That sounds perfect.
Oh no.
Slit mine too.
Storm really be like, yeah, do that, and make sure to take mine as well.
I'm just thinking för a moment. Det är därför bara. Kommer ihåg när jag söker upp bara.
I suggest you give it to me. Make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw.
Mhm.
For a suggestion, I'm guessing. That's a nat 20.
No. No. Just
What's your
give-
wisdom?
What's my wisdom? Wisdom saving throw. So 29. D29.
Darn it, I thought it was a negative modifier.
No.
Yeah, that's my sleight of hand. My sleight of hand is negative.
Mhm.
Bro, it's a druid. Her primary
Actually
stat is
gonna make
wisdom.
you strip soon, man. Jacob is going to have to do horrendous things.
Okay, if anything else, I'll get Jacob to be awkward enough to have to do that.
You see,
It's
she
worth it.
conjures up her weapon, this shadowy lance. Not a massive
Have they
lance.
confiscated the rest of my equipment?
Yeah, they would have been in the process of taking that when you tried to hide it.
Yeah, but at
probably.
this point, have they taken the rest of my
Yeah.
equipment?
Yeah.
Okay.
She just holds that up against your throat.
Kinky.
Disobey and I will push this through. Come on. There is no need for this. Trust me.
I pull it out.
Close your eyes.
She just pulls out a napkin, takes it,
Oh,
Yeah.
and just throws it back into your bag.
Oh, yeah.
She does not smell it.
Gee,
Bro!
Can we ban one of our own players?
I'm glad you guys didn't end
That's
up in the
the
same
person
cell.
who shot.
She takes it. She...
Jesus, what the fuck is wrong with you?
The guard punches Jackson's face for no particular reason.
Yeah, you should slit somebody's throat. It's him.
She just throws it into your bag, and she says, take all of their belongings back to the storage. And don't try to discard of it. I want to make sure that they didn't bring something valuable. And so the guards...
Grandma's pearl.
The guards just kind of take that away. All your belongings, your bags. Nobody else that tries to hide anything except for Jackson's
Yeah, I said the
glaive.
glaive.
Yeah, you suffer.
Again, did you not notice where he said he wanted to hide it?
No, I did. And you suffer eternal bleeding and you die on the spot.
No,
Thank you.
The other side up, you know? Like,
You
so
still
it's
suffer
done.
internal bleeding.
Still.
You just suffer it to bludgeoning damage instead of slashing damage.
No,
Yeah,
no, you would still cut yourself and all sorts of other problems.
yeah, but it's a blunt
Oh.
thing.
And also,
that
isn't
would-
Jaxson a dude?
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
So?
There's another hole.
Yeah, but he said the same place.
Oh,
Well,
No.
you know.
up the penis.
Yeah.
Up the penis.
That's the thing I was hinting at here. Guys, like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
She wants to sniff some more stuff.
Okay, this is
Oh, God.
derailing quicker than I can manage. We have not played for 2 months. I was not prepared for this to be
I did.
the
I
turn.
Yeah,
She was
I'm here to
shy.
announce my stepping away from D&D forever.
Hi, if you're watching us for the first time,
Oh, God.
I mean, I understand why she didn't do it. You know, she is shy after all.
don't start
Didn't-
this again.
What the... Don't you Oh, my God.
Well, you missed a big...
I don't
thing.
want to know.
No, it's
Her name
nothing
is
like
Shai.
that. Yeah, her name is Shai, S-H-A-I. Some people think that it sounds like being shy, and some people here are a bit too Swedish to realize that there's a difference between shy and chai. And so they decide to call it chai latte.
Oh my god. Oh.
We are so funny.
So
Please
now-
take me off this
Now
mortal
that
plane.
you're brought up to speed, I'm happy that you decided to join us today.
I'm not.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Anyway, shall we?
Yes. So some of the guards carry off your possessions, and Inquisitor Galshan stays there by your cells for a moment, and then you know, Storm, you were the one that shared the cell with Arisa, right?
Yes.
Sadly.
Storm.
What is your passive perception again?
21.
One. Okay. No, it has to be higher. Oh, but you have because of vision and stuff. It's -5.
What?
Because you don't have dark
Why
vision.
is mine higher?
Well, I thought that I just remembered it being higher.
Should
But
be
you should also have
plus
-5 because of the
wisdom.
Yeah.
Dim
I
light.
mean, it's because of the dark that it's like.
yeah, because of the darkness. It's -5. So is it 21 with the dark vision reduction, or is it normally 21?
Normally
I just
21.
remember it being.
Then
higher.
it's 16.
Yeah, and Arisa, yours is 15. Right?
Shit!
15, yes.
Okay.
I just when double checking, I just remembered I actually have an inspiration still.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that has to be real old.
No, actually, it's not because I double check. I have one on a character sheet, and I remember that one I actually did get kind of recently.
Yeah,
Last
but
time I
like
played.
anything that isn't from today is really old.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, okay, fair.
But yeah, okay. All right. Then, as your possessions are taken away, Jaxson just kind of stands there for a second, looks at all of you, smiles, and then starts walking down the hallway in the direction that you came from, leaving 2 guards behind as she goes.
Well.
Mm.
Undercover
Magic
food
skills
forever.
stop racial abilities.
I mean, I can just kill myself
Like-
and I will get away.
What are you going to kill yourself with, Jax?
Beat me.
Yeah,
come on.
I'm in an adjacent cell, so you can't use me. So
Well, Jaxson, I prefer that you don't die right now. I need the company.
Wow. Selfish.
Yeah, yes I am.
I
Well,
start looking for something in the cell.
All right, make an investigation check if you're
Mm-hmm.
looking
Dara,
around.
let's try to look for something.
Where was the 2 guards standing?
They're just kind of patrolling the corridor. They're not necessarily directly outside.
Okay, when they're not there, I try to open this thing.
Okay, you just feel the door. Is that it?
Yeah.
It's locked.
I
We're
would
dead.
like to just feel inside to see if something like is stuck in the lock.
No.
I got 19 on my check.
19.
Yes.
You look around. It's practically a completely empty cell. There isn't even like a bench to sleep on or anything. You
Okay,
don't
I
find
look
anything.
around.
Man.
Storm, make an investigation check.
I help the storm look around.
All right.
That's a nat 20.
Huh.
Well, no advantage needed then. And so I'll say, as both of you are kind of looking around, kind of crawling around on the floor, feeling the corners and all that, Storm, you notice that a key has been subtly attached to Arisa's clothes.
Oh.
Probably when she collected the pearl.
Ah. You had a key on you. It sat there.
What?
I just looked down on my waist and just, that bitch. Anyway, då tar jag fram den och ger den till Storm. Sorry, I take it from my waist where it has been sneakily hidden and give it to Storm.
Great. So, hey, Jax, Dara.
Yes.
We got the key.
Nice. Open the
Well,
door. Open
Score.
the door.
As you're talking about this, you hear another set of footsteps that are approaching.
So I
However,
try to identify how many sets of it?
With your passive perception, I say that is enough to tell that it's only one person,
Okay.
or at least two legs.
Yeah.
But the footsteps sound weird. They're kind of muffled, and they come in your direction. However, as they sound like they're outside, you don't immediately see anything. Those of you that don't have dark vision, you see absolutely nothing. Those of you that do, it's almost as if the darkness itself has grown denser in what is roughly like the outline of a humanoid.
I would
Damn.
like to step closer to Storm, like so that I could, close enough that I could locate him without sight.
Right. This shape stops first at Jaxson and Dara's cell, right by the bars, and moves closer, and you can see it's almost like a pair of hands grab onto the bars as it leans in, and you hear this feminine voice, almost ethereal sounding, as it says, "You are interesting." And then lets go of the bars, backs off a
I
little
shift to
bit.
obscure or Storm a bit more.
Yeah. As,
So, in hopes that whatever angle this ethereal shape would come at, minimize the amount of details that she could pick up from Storm.
right, well, it leans in, again, similar fashion, grabs onto the bars, leans closer, looks into your cell as well, and goes, very interesting specimen here. Well, and backs
Is she
off
speaking
again.
common or
Undercommon.
undercommon?
Uh,
Does everybody in the party know undercommon at this point?
Not
or what?
now, because you
What?
would your boon is dispelled.
Okay, so only me
So
and
now
Arisa
only
would
you,
understand.
well, you,
I mean, Dara, I
yeah.
mean, yeah,
Now that you're
understand.
here,
Yeah.
only you would understand this again. Because
Okay.
otherwise, the rest of you understand it when the boon of disguise is active.
Yeah.
And it kind of like backs off and positions itself kind of directly in between the cells, so you can look to either, and says, I will have to be back for you. So much research. The Bastion won't miss you. And then it just vanishes the direction that it came from.
What the
As soon
fuck
as it
was
starts
that?
vanishing,
Jackson, there's a girl.
I shout for it. Yeah, that's right. Flee, but I shouted in common.
Jackson, it was a girl that was into you.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Are we talking Northern Common or Southern Common or?
I would be talking Northern Common because
Oh, right,
that's
right.
the I don't know Southern
I
Common.
said the
But-
Come on, man.
But why I'm pointing it out
Come
is
on, man,
that
even
I'm
I know that.
I am not doing Undercommon. Is the detail there?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then, as soon as it gone out of sight, I whisper to Storm, word for word, what I heard. It said. So I translate everything it said.
I wish I had that.
Damn. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Well, you get the better version. You get to know somebody thought you were hot.
Well, Jackson already knows everyone thinks he's hot. Like, it's no news to him.
where's my key? What do we know? We
Hey,
We wait. I
do you
say
know
we
what
wait
to
until
do with the
the
key?
guards are to walk past once more, and then we
There's
go.
no. Didn't the guards leave?
The guards
I don't-
patrol.
Hello, guards.
One of them just kind of walks past and slams his sword into
Fuck
the
you.
bars. and just says something back in Undercommon. Basically, those of you that know it.
Hey, you there, Mr. Guard. That was not very nice of you, I say.
Shut up!
Not with that
Degenerate
attitude.
fools.
I really hope he didn't actually slam his sword in it and instead used like some kind of bludgeon.
No, it's kind of like slams the hilt of it. Like,
Okay.
Just to make a lot of noise.
That's a high risk of slamming your hand into the bars.
Nah, just like
Yeah, okay, fine.
hilt.
When they are
pommel,
not very much.
Yeah.
Should we kill them with bare hands, or should we?
We should locate the we should locate the storage, because I think I'm the only one that can kill someone here with my bare hands.
Is there a bed?
Maybe.
No, these are completely empty.
I mean,
False.
can't the storm just bite people? You know?
Oh yeah, fair, but that's not with the hands.
Bro, I got the skeletal hand. I'm stronger than you. Come on.
With one fucking hand? Are you gonna?
Yeah.
That's your wrong hand as well.
Wobbling.
He doesn't have extra attack anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh.
Does racial abilities work in anti-magic fields? Such as Radiant Soul or something like that?
I think it did last time we tried that in
Like, because that's not a magic ability.
Yeah, it's such a difficult one because it's like a magical thing that is also innate to you.
Yeah.
Or you could treat it, or you could treat it like wild magic.
Yeah, I mean the easiest way is to say if it is a spell or if it has the word magic in it, then no.
Yeah, yes, yeah. No, I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Okay.
So I think he's gone now.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's always
Yeah.
like one guard kind of.
I heard
nearby.
him go away.
Yeah, but when they see that things is empty, they're probably gonna call for more. Yeah. So isn't it?
Yeah. But we just need to take the weapon from one of them, and then you can stab the other.
Like they're basically just walking up and down a long corridor, so it's not like they are out of sight at any point.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I'm
What's
gonna
the
do
light
the
level
Dara
in
thing.
this? Is it complete darkness or without the dark vision?
No, it would be dim.
It would be dim in this
because
place.
the guards also want to see properly. So.
Okay.
Okay, you know, like.
Yo, guard. Hey.
What do you want?
Nothing. I just wanted your attention. I was feeling a bit lonely.
As
Could
soon
come
as
in
the
and
guard
kill
leaves,
you.
as soon as the guards leave again,
Yeah.
I asked for Storm to, or I whispered to Storm a plan that is as follows: Storm, unlock our cell door as quietly as possible, and then unlock Dara's and Jackson's as well. But then return to the cell and keep both closed.
Or I just passed them the key.
You're right next to each other's cells, so
True.
someone could.
We can do that. I didn't think about that. But either way,
Yeah.
we all stay in our cells. Then we ask for a guard to come over. As soon as the guards come over, we annoy them enough that they start jiggle for the keys to come in and harass us. As soon as they are by the door, we slam open the door in their face and then jump them.
I don't
Are
think
these
they-
doors that open inside or open to the outside so that we slam into the guards, or if the guards just tumble into
Either
the
way,
cell?
we should be able to get a surprise on them.
They would open out toward the corridor.
They would open out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then we get a chance to. Technically, this would be like on the spot ruling here. But could we use the door, for example, to stagger them to either help make it a surprise attack, or
Potentially.
even knock them prone? Potentially, if we really manage to.
Depending on
do
how
something
well
good
you
with that.
pull it off, there are a
Yeah.
lot of things that are possible here.
Should we wait until one of them goes like on a toilet break or something? So it's only
That
one.
could
instead
take
of two?
could take longer than we have.
We have quite.
Let's just do it as quickly as possible, you know.
But
as
either
soon
way,
as
I say we unlock all the cell doors, then and wait in our cells, and as soon as the they are standing by a door,
Bomb.
occupied, thinking that not expecting any hostility from us, then we jump them. And we force the door open as quickly and as forcefully as possible to hopefully knock them down. We all attack. What do you think?
I think that's a possibility. Yeah. We just need to open the start to unlock the doors. Just
Yep.
Go on with the insult.
I give the key. I unlock and give the key.
Yeah. I'll let Jaxson do the unlocking because he's the best at unlocking things.
Except somebody's heart.
Well, he's good at that as well, but not the right kind.
Okay, someone that speaks undercommon freaking annoy one of the guards so he walks up to a door.
I would like to do that and say in a kind of I intentionally make a broken undercommon, and to take all the words that Dara has ever told me through all of our journeys that I should never accidentally either mispronounce or say, and all the people that I should always remember to, like historical people, that I should never remember to accidentally not know or insult. And I take all those names and string them together in a broken undercommon.
Okay. So, Dara, will
Would
you
that
hear
be a
from
performance
the
check?
cell next? Sure.
I like performance checks.
Dara, what you hear is this string of racial slurs.
Not 20, by the way.
Great. You hear like the most horrific racial slurs being thrown around and used to talk about like Kalisha, the first symposiarch of the city, about Ragan, the founder of the city, like just like the most terrifyingly evil things you could say about these people. And you see like one of the guards almost comes like jogging up to you and just like slams his hand into the bars and just goes, "Now you better watch yourself."
We bash through the door.
He's not by the door right now. He's like next to him.
Okay.
Then I continue and say, "Oh, sorry, I must have misspoke. I meant to say," and then I say the exact same thing again. Did I say that properly?
You see,
Or did I leave out your mother?
He pulls out his sword and just
Starts
pulls the keyring from his belt and moves for the door at this point.
Oh, that's a cute little dagger you got there.
So, Storm, are you the one slamming the door then?
I think Storm and I do it
we're doing it
together.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
To get maximum force.
I'll say one of you do the roll, but on advantage then, and it will be a
Athletics.
No, treat it as like an attack roll, but using strength, so it wouldn't be a finesse weapon for.
So I can use my left arm.
Yes, hypothetically.
Very nice.
What strength do you have? I'm guessing then you have stronger based on
I have 24, boy.
Holy shit!
Oh,
Okay,
one
One arm though.
Yeah. Yeah, but like you only need one arm to open the door,
of
so.
Do I get to roll twice?
Yeah, advantage because Arisa and you are doing it together.
Okay, so that is 21 on a strength.
That should
Oh yeah, attack.
be enough, yeah. So you go together, you slam this this door open. And he just gets it right into the face. I'll say roll like 2d10.
You roll one, I roll one. Come on, man.
Sounds good.
Okay. Wait, there's a D. There's a D10.
I do a 5.
I do a 10.
Okay, so 15. At this point, he staggers back, taking this directly to the face. I'll say, let me just. And
Home Alone style.
1 to save, so he goes prone as well.
Yes!
And at this point, let's just quickly roll initiative. We're not gonna
Yes, sir.
make this go for too long.
Fucking, why did I roll that?
I got 14.
Horror.
I love it when a plan comes together. For once.
Okay, 20 and above.
No,
15 and above.
18.
15. What did you say you got, Goblin?
Arisa got 14, I think, right?
Yeah.
And Storm?
So 18, 14,
Yeah.
18, 15, 14. You have
11.
Storm,
11.
Okay, so Jaxson, you go first. We're not going to use a map for this. This is simple enough. You're in the cell right next to...
Mhm.
to
5 over, I gotta go. Nice.
Okay.
In 8 minutes.
we'll rush it.
Open the door. I
Rush
open
it.
the door. Can I
Slam
try
it
to
open.
take his weapon?
He's still holding it, so it would have to be like a disarm thing, and that's not really like in the rules for obvious reasons.
If only we were fighters.
And I'm start kicking him.
Sure.
I'm gonna
So
start kicking him.
he's prone, so it's advantage.
Do I get a bonus attack? Like
Well,
I said,
you have extra attack, yeah.
yeah, but like, do I get with my bonus action? Like
No, I
if
don't
you're
think
dual
so.
wielding. So if I do with the other foot.
No, I don't think so. No, because you need to have 2 weapons for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure martial
My-
or like
my feet
fist don't
are-
count.
Yeah.
My feet
therefore-
are
No.
weapon. First one is 17.
Misses.
Oh, the plate armor. What the fuck?
Not
Uh,
actually, no.
And the other one is 19.
That hits.
Yeah.
Shane.
that-
Shane Mail.
It's actually studded leather, but they
Oh.
have some drow tricks.
Okay. How did you calculate? Is it just pure strength?
Yes.
And
Yeah,
it's
this is gonna
3
take a while to
points of
beat this one.
damage.
Okay. This guy's gonna be a sponge. Well, then we move to Dara. Are you just joining in on the beating?
Like, honestly, I have negative strength. I might as well just go
Well, you
for
do
trying
1
to
damage still, in that case.
I'm just gonna try to prone this guy, yeah, like
Sure.
with the special attack thing.
Sure, then make a grapple against him.
That's a 1 total.
Okay, he got a natural 18 on that, so he just kind of like throws you off as you throw yourself on him. Arisa.
Yeah. I would like to like step over him in order to get like if I'm allowed to, but also it's a wide enough corridor probably. To be able to help engage in flanking, and then I would like to just strike him as many times as possible, which would be 1 probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's potential of like
So-
3 damage.
Well, I don't think. My attack bonus would just be like my strength modifier, right?
Well, plus. No, actually, you don't add proficiency because it's unarmed, I guess.
Does unarmed add proficiency or not? That's the question.
You
I don't
aren't
think so,
Tavern
'cause you're-
Brawler.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No, Only if
Well,
you're a monk
then
with Tavern
that would probably miss as it's a 12.
Yeah, that misses. So then Storm.
Okay, I do look at. Does it look like he have a dagger or something on him? Huh?
No, or
Good
no, but he does have a crossbow.
Crossbow.
That could be useful.
Okay. What would that take to grab that?
You can just take
I
that.
think-
I'd say.
Free action.
Bonus
I think you
action.
can pickpocket as a bonus,
Bonus action. And then I can action fucking shoot his ass.
Is it loaded? Is the question.
Nice. Okay.
Well, that's a different matter.
Oh.
Where you can
Okay,
bonk
I
it in
grab
the
it.
head.
I grab it. Is it loaded?
No.
Great. I
Little
load
bonk
it. And then pass it to Jax.
Okay.
Or who can do crossbows? No one can.
I think all of us can do crossbows.
Jaxson can do crossbows.
As far as what I've written down, I don't seem to be able to know.
Jaxson can use every.
I don't think actually
Well-
Druid can.
Jaxson can use every type of weapon.
Perfect. I pass it to Jax.
All right,
I can use light crossbows. I can use.
and then
I can use
action.
hand crossbows.
Oh, I freaking. Oh wait,
Viking.
can I shoot it can I reload and shoot it?
I think crossbows have a weird reload mechanic where
It's a
Takes-
bonus action to reload.
yeah, something like that. So you would have burnt your reload capability when you.
Can't I action
Took it.
reload?
I
still find
guess you could.
I still
I
find it
just-
so weird that
I just
you can't
pass
trade
The
in your-
crossbow to Jax, and I hit him with my skeletal arm.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sure.
probably does more damage than
Uh,
anybody with your skeleton arm.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
he should have
but,
flanking, right?
Oh, nice. Perfect. If I
Well,
play-
you can only flank with one person at a time.
But there's two
Yeah.
people on our side.
Yeah.
there's- Two on.
He's
their-
prone. No?
Yeah, he's prone, so you get advantage anyway. That's true.
Perfect. Nice. I miss 14.
This guy's gonna be such a damage sponge.
Okay, so
It turns out it's Fritz.
Well, it's the guard's turn again. So he is going
He doesn't like
to
Arisa.
use half his movement to stand up, and he is going to just start hacking away at you people. Storm has a scary arm, so I'll say first attack goes against him. That's a
Can
natural
I
20.
as soon as he stands up, actually shout some profanity or something?
Sure, but he's still the arm scares him, so the first attack
Okay.
will go on Storm. That's a nat 20.
oh, come on.
So that's going to be a 10 piercing damage,
Ouch.
and
Fuck, I forgot I have evasion or whatever. Uncanny dodge. Can I do that?
Sure, I'll allow it.
Nice.
And you also take an additional 12 poison damage.
So 11 damage in total.
Something like that. Then since you started taunting,
Doesn't Storm
you'll,
have poison resistance?
Nope.
Okay.
Then Arisa, you get the second attack.
Yep.
That is only a. Oh, actually, it's a 14 to hit.
14, I think. Give me a second.
You have garbage AC, so yes, it does hit. I think your
Yeah.
AC is 11 or something. 10.
Yeah, something like that. I think 10. It says on my
Um,
character.
I gotta bounce. My
Yeah.
train is leaving soon. But
Right.
there you go. 24 plus 7 strength, 78 HP I have left, and 19 AC is my AC.
I sent it. Yeah, cool. Thanks, man.
Dang.
I'll
See
see
you.
you next time. We're gonna stop this soon anyway.
I'll write in the Discord when I can. Boom.
All right.
Gee.
Then let's just rush through this and we can end the session.
Yeah.
So Arisa, you take 8 piercing and 5 poison. I rolled way worse on that one. Oh, I forgot to do the critical damage on Storm. Whatever, it's my mistake. I can't be bothered. Should have been more. Okay, so then he is going to yeah, not much else he can do. He will just
Does he stand up?
yeah, no, that was the first thing he did.
Okay, I didn't hear you say it. That was what
Yeah. But yeah, that's his turn. He would yeah, that's it for now. So Jaxson.
Could Jaxson take crossbow bolts off him? Because he's on the turn to the other side.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, I kind of assume that Storm may have just taken some and given to you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say you have like 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. Can I step like back 5 feet, like a
Attack
bit?
opportunity.
But he's not even facing me.
Doesn't matter.
No, Jaxson will just shoot him from
Okay, disadvantage
melee
then.
range. Flanking does not count if you're within.
I think
Melee
flanking
range
is
when you do?
only for melee attacks.
Melee weapons.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if you're within 5 feet.
It doesn't
No,
you
count.
need to
Well,
melee
you
weapon
need
attack,
like
I'm pretty
I
sure.
think there's a feat called like crossbow master or something like that. It
Yeah, but
actually
that's
does.
only because like.
But I think flanking
part.
only applies to melee weapons.
You can
only
make it
applies
apply to crossbows through like a special
Yeah,
feat.
No. You can ignore the disadvantage ruling for being in melee close range. You
Yes.
can't get advantage from flanking. It's specifically for melee weapons.
Yeah, okay. I thought just like if you were within 5 feet.
I thought there actually was a way that you could, if you combine a specific way.
Is it a heavy or a light crossbow?
Technically, you can.
Because I've actually seen
It's not
videos
really.
where people have made like
Hand crossbow.
Is
Yeah.
it a hand crossbow?
Yeah, but the crossbow expert is just that you
yeah, but
don't
it's a
have to
combination
have
with
this-
another thing. Whatever, it doesn't
Okay,
matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's let's see here. It's what's the modifier I will use for this?
Dex probably.
Does it have to be Dex?
Yeah, dex.
Yeah,
Yeah, it has to. On a crossbow, it has to be dex.
It's 8. No, it's 19 on the
Hits.
first, and then I will reload it afterwards with bonus action and shoot
Yep.
again.
Sure.
Or can I use my blood? I can't use my crimson right?
On one bolt you could.
But because of the magic field, I think.
Oh yeah, no, you can't.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then
Well, you
other
could use it, but you
attack
can't use it.
is I actually hit both attacks. That's
Dang.
20.
Wait, both?
Yeah, 21 hits too. Well, he has
I
extra
rolled
attack.
Ha-
He reloaded
Yeah,
the
but-
bonus in between.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed the reload and I was like, what?
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
he did.
Wait, you said it was a hand crossbow.
And so that's 1d6
Okay, wow. Boring plus dex.
plus dex. Yeah.
Okay.
Watch him roll double
Oh.
ones. Less damage than melee.
Wow. First attack is 8 piercing damage,
Okay.
max, and the other one was 5.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yes. And then Jaxson will toss the hand crossbow to. Did Arisa know how to use?
No, Dara is the one.
Dara does.
Yeah, he tosses it to Dara.
Well,
And-
Dara, you're
yeah.
up next. You get a hand
Alright.
crossbow and one bolt.
Yeah, but you
Nice,
need to reload
nice.
it yourself.
Yeah. So bonus action to reload,
Yeah.
and then we just go for the pew pew.
Yep. More like the puke.
That's a nat 1.
Great.
Two.
You shoot Arisa. You shoot Arisa. Arisa's dead.
Actually, you know what?
Oh, fuck off.
No, it's not that. I'm gonna do
I
a
shoot
thing.
another prisoner.
No, you shoot another guard who comes for reinforcement.
No, I'm just doing a thing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry
Makes the
about it.
crossbow.
So
I'm just being a normal DM, aka fucking you over.
no,
Don't
no,
worry about it.
You see, as Jackson's second bolt hits, he seems to be in more pain than he should.
Poison.
Something like that.
Wait, I hit both of them.
Yeah. And the second one that you hit
Oh.
seems to do more pain than it should. Seems to go systemic. Yeah, that ends Dara's turn. Arisa, you're up.
Well, I guess I don't have much usefulness to do other than I position myself in a flanking position from Dara to make sure that I'm flanking, and then smack him.
All right.
That was a nat 19, so 20,
That
I
should
think.
hit. Yep.
Damn.
And then what's melee? Is that a D4 or
Just your
D6?
strength. Just your strength. Nothing else.
Oh, it's only my strength.
Yep.
Is it like strength modifier? Then it would be +1.
All right. So 1 damage.
Fear me.
Yeah, 1 damage. Yeah.
This is like Tavern Brawler lets you roll a d4 to add to
Yeah.
your strength. So
The one,
that's-
the
that
one
makes
time
sense.
Tavern Brawler is
Yeah.
good.
And because Fritz actually has that feat, I also don't want to give everyone that. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I would just to
Yeah, I
make
think.
things more interesting.
Otherwise, I would probably buff the Tavern Brawler to a D6.
Yeah, but that difference is then you reach like monk damage and stuff. It gets weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the monk becomes useless in
Yeah.
comparison.
No,
Well,
Uh,
right now, depending on which levels we're talking about, they are.
So Storm is up next. Now, what did he send in the group chat? That is a +7.
He sent nothing.
He does have a bite attack as well.
I'm gonna roll
But I don't
for
think he
him,
can.
I guess. Yeah, but I think the arm is better than that.
Probably.
I would say probably. But doesn't
Okay.
Lizardfolk have poison resistance? I thought they had poison
No, they
resistance.
don't. I rolled a nat 20
Oh,
for
right.
Storm.
It's the other one. Yeah.
So 14
Nice.
damage.
There have been a lot of nat 20s this session for being such a short session.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I've rolled, for the most part, trash.
I'll let that be 14 just because it's more fun.
Dara's not rolled a single roll over 5.
Have you actually not?
There do be days like
No.
Ooh.
But I've only rolled twice.
Okay, fair enough.
that.
Yeah, you're right.
So far, my new die has almost only rolled once in 20s, so I'm really impressed.
Oh yeah, I have a die. I know like that.
Then we go to the guard. Now at this point, the other guard will also arrive. So I think we're gonna maybe round off the session after they have had their round of combat. The other guard will make it to you with a sprint, so he won't be able to
Which
act
direction
as
does it come from?
From the direction of the entrance that you came from.
Yeah, but
Well, we'll figure that out when I make a map for next time.
okay.
But the one that's already there, he will take 2 swipes. We'll give everyone a go at this. So this time it'll be Jaxson and Dara.
Jaxson will hit him with his reaction.
Fair enough. Jaxson, does a 19 hit you? You don't have your armor. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, it hits.
And then Dara.
Jaxson misses.
Alright.
I'm just gonna double check if Entropic Ward says anything about needing magic.
I would say that is a magical thing.
Well, that solves it very easily.
Yeah.
Not that it would have mattered.
And that is a 15 to hit you, Dara.
Yeah.
Or actually, no, he
15.
has disadvantage on both of these because he's poisoned. That's even higher against
Oh.
Jaxson,
Well,
and it's higher against Dara, so it didn't make a difference. So, Jaxson.
Bring the pain.
Jaxson, you take 10 piercing and 11 poison.
okay.
And Dara, I'm
That's max.
rolling well, especially against Dara. That is 11 piercing and 14 poison.
Dang.
Because I just want to double check. I have been silent for this because I'm presuming, Dara would count as 10 feet away from me, right?
Yeah.
If you're flanking with each other, then yes.
Because it was Dara that was on the other side from me. Like,
yeah, you did say that you were flanking. At one point.
Like I was the one who jumped over the corpse. Orbs. What was it, Jaxson, or was it Dara that jumped over the corpse as well?
No one.
Oh, I was alone on that side. Fair enough. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
like me and Tara went from the same side. So you must have been on the side with Storm.
It's confusing.
No, I specifically made sure that I could flank Storm
Yeah, but
from the beginning.
But that doesn't really make sense because we are on the flanking side of Storm.
Well, Dara also threw herself on him, and we can just say that she got thrown to the other side then, so that Arisa and Dara basically swapped sides with each other.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
That's not.
Like the important thing is whether or not I'm within 5 feet of Dara is what I'm asking here.
Because she wants to do the thing, I think.
You know, we'll figure all this out when we have the map next time.
Because it changes whether or not I can use an ability.
Look, I'm gonna say at this point, because this is just gonna be a sponge battle for a while, we'll leave this for next time. Because I don't want the session to go on for like another half hour with just like 1 to 3 damage rolls. We'll start this off next time, especially since Simon had to leave. So I'll get a map. We'll figure out what happened, and we'll pick this up from here next time. So yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, exactly, and it was nice playing again after all these 2 months of inactivity because of Christmas and New Year's and exams and whatever else happened.
And life.
Yeah, life.
Yeah.
It's probably the best.
And a new OGL. Let's not forget about that one.
The OGL is like the least of the concerns when it comes to the shitstorm that's coming out of WotC.
Well,
and that's saying a lot.
D&D is a lot of fun, but some
Hasbro
people,
can go fuck itself.
Yeah, some people higher up are maybe not as fun to deal with. You know.
Well, Pathfinder.
Pathfinder is one of the things that getting in the actual crossfire right now. You're aware of that?
Partially, because it depends on how.
If the OGL, like the initial, 1.1, it came through.
Let's end the stream here.
Pathfinder would die.
This ourselves.
Yeah.
Have a good one, everybody.
See ya.
Yeah.